Welcome to Uncensored Minds, the world's greatest conversation. As we like to always start off each show, I want to let the people know this is not Good Morning America. This is not the Pacify Cast. This is not the Coddle Cast. We might say a couple things. So if you got sensitive ears, please exit stage left. And we're going to get into it. We're going to have some real honest conversations. And we're going to speak however we want to speak. This is our safe space, and you are allowed to agree, disagree, or agree to disagree, however that plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Uncensored Minds. Welcome to Uncensored Minds, episode 176, the world's greatest conversation. I'm not going to do the intro today. I'll do a short PSA regarding last week's pod. I just want to say that, you know.
Too much got some flack.
I mean,
oh, shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, I was called inhumane.
A sex worker, sex trafficker.
Yeah, I mean, like, I always think I'm right, like all things of this nature.
Told me you ain't like Jesus.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
Yeah, I don't like Jesus, like all of these things, and I understand that, it comes with the game. It just comes with the game. Us as hosts, we spew out our opinions, so they're going to be judged, and some people are going to disagree. Some people may even call us names, whatever it may be. I was called inhumane. I don't value love, or I don't care about love. All these kind of wild, random things, but I just want to say that I am the most proponent of love. I love love, and I say these things because not because I'm against love. I say these things for us to try to get us back to love, because I'm the one my feet is on the land. Like, I talk to the people out in the streets. I've been active. A lot of y'all ain't been outside in who knows how many years. So, I mean, I don't even understand how you can even speak when you haven't even been active. You don't even know what's going on. And I have, certain conversations with my mom. And, it don't bother me. And I guess it doesn't bother her at this point. But I know that my mom is going to be by herself, for her remaining days. And the reason this is because my mom is one of those people who is stuck in her ways, doesn't want to grow or evolve, take certain things personal that shouldn't be taken personal, and X, Y, and Z. So when I was speaking about independent woman versus unfaithful man, I was simply saying that the independent woman is busy being an independent woman. I'm not saying that she doesn't know how to take care of a man. I'm just saying that she doesn't have time because she's busy being an independent woman. Like, her priorities are different. And on the unfaithful man side of it, it's like, you as a man, you have to grow to have discernment or discipline when all these other amounts of fun may be available at your hands. So I was saying those two don't work together. And I'm not saying it because of just my experience. I'm saying it because I'm an observer of life. Like, I observe people. That's what I do on a normal basis. People talk to me every day. I hear conversations. Sometimes people ask me for advice. I'm watching the world while you're watching General Hospital or TikTok or whatever the fuck you watching. I'm watching the actual real life world. So I say all that to say, this is a safe space for everybody to say whatever they want to say. I'm not mad at whatever nobody said. Please don't think that's the case. I'm truly unbothered. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help people out. I want all of us to get back to the love. And that's not going to happen until we all start to look in the mirror and either break these old ways or grow in a certain way to where as though you're a valuable option for whatever you want or for a partner. You can't act like you want a partner, but you're not partner material. You're not qualified. You're not certified for the position. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it is what it is, man. But let's move on. So, episode. What's the matter? I'm just saying, like, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, it's very crazy that we got to continue to keep explaining ourselves.
Right.
Like, it's like we human just like everybody else. We have an opinion just like everybody else, and we're not forcing our opinion on nobody. We're just having a conversation, amongst each other, and we're just trying to make for. If you really dissect the conversation that we got, it really has a positive undertone.
Right.
Like the undertone. I mean, the conversation is like, yo, what can we do to fix this shit? Instead of murder, death, kill, homicide, it's how can we put this back together so it's picket fences, and green grass and all that type of stuff. So if people can't see that, then they're jaded.
Right.
They're blind, and they need to open up their minds because they're still, quote unquote, like we said before, hurt. They're still processing their hurts, and they're still allowing their hurts to shine through instead of allowing their positive gains from that hurt, manifest into better, bigger and better, beginnings for them right now. So
right, and that's my whole point that I was trying to get across. Like, if you don't understand where you're at and or how you're moving, and you don't understand the other side and or how they're moving, how can it be fixed if neither side understands the other? That was my only point. Like,
then before people can even understand the other side, they got to understand themselves.
Right.
And that's what it is. They truly do not want to look at themselves and critique themselves, or even if they've done that needs assessment on themselves, they are glazing over that instead of taking responsibility of that. They ready to point the finger at the next person so they don't got to take responsibility and pass the buck. Like, you know what I mean? We've had a number of epiphanies on this show to where we say, you know what? I might have thought that was one thing, but now I see it from a different perspective. Right. You know what? I need to change my behavior. I need to change my thought pattern. And if people not doing that, that's on them. Right. At this point in life, it's on them.
Thanks. Did you guys see what I posted on the page? Unless we do conscious work on it, the shadow is always almost projected. That is, it is neatly laid on someone or something else so that we do not have to take responsibility for it. And my question was, it's Wednesday and the week is halfway to an end. Have you done any real work this week? We all got up. We all went to work. Well, maybe not T. He worked for himself. Okay. So, we get those 2:00 wake up calls. But we all got up and we went to work, right? That's work. But did we do some real work?
Yeah, I actually talked about it last week on the show. And I actually allowed this week to be the barometer of where am I at in the process. I could have let certain situations this week take me back to that green monster as we talked about before. And I was just like, you know what? It's not even necessary. Like, I'm not even going to go where they might want me to go. Forcing my hand to go here so they can be like, oh, see, I know you. You know what I mean? People try to trick you out your spot, as we keep saying, week by week by week. And if you allow it, that's a weak-minded you. And if you don't, that means there's strength within you to know how to problem solve effectively. Everything don't need a comment. Everything don't need progressive energy, right? And that's a big word, progressive energy, because we can give some kind of energy to it. It don't need to progress to a point where it's getting blown out of proportion even more. And now,
look,
you're sitting there stressed.
Look, now you know the whole part about this that I hate. The main part that I hate about this is when they say about me or you, y'all always think you right. That's the main part I hate. And the reason why I hate that the most is because I told y'all before, I hate when I'm right. Because when I'm right, that means shit is fucked up.
And look, a person's opinion, be it right or wrong, is their person's opinion.
Right.
When they talk, do they not feel like that they're right?
Right.
When they speak or when they have something to say or add, do they not feel like their perspective is right? So who is anybody to judge telling them they think they're right? I got confidence.
Fact.
My self-esteem is not low.
Fact.
My self-esteem is not waning. My shit is at a high that no one can ever take away from me. So, am I supposed to not speak with candor?
Right.
And it's not like my opinion and whoever's opinion. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I know that my opinion is based on education and experience. I'm not speaking from up out of my ass from somebody who never been outside. No, I've been through the experiences.
Sure.
Like,
If it's a topic that I can't touch, I fall back. Y'all had a whole 5-minute dissertation about kids last week. I sat here and was falling back. I was asked the question, have you ever had a baby throw up on you? That was my little insert, whatever than that. I fell back. Because if I haven't had experience in it, if I haven't had much play in it, I can't really comment on it. I really can't give it my true opinion, and my opinions come from experience.
that's what I'm saying.
But think about this. It's called the world's greatest conversation, right? Whatever happened to healthy engagement and conversation and dialogue, right? Whatever happened to agree to disagree? Your opinion is your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. We respect it all around the board. And so I find it like kind of crazy when people like kind of take shit to heart, right? And like take it as personal attacks because
they said I needed counseling last week.
Wow. Counseling.
Right. Like was actually pointing me to a counselor.
Really?
Yes.
They had like some numbers for you in there?
Right. Like what?
That's
it's insane, man. It's insane, man. But I want to move on. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Unfortunately, in the Philadelphia area, Ramadan was wrapping up, and there's a big celebration at the end of Ramadan that they call it Eid. And at one of the biggest places or gatherings, there was a shooting. There's kids outside. There's old people outside. There's mothers. There's women outside. And there was a big shooting at one of these Eid celebrations.
Well, Rick, Philadelphia police have identified one of the people in this case. That one person is the only adult that is facing charges. The 4 other suspects in this case are all minors. And tonight, Philadelphia police tell us their investigation is underway. And I also spoke with community leaders who tell me these incidents involving young people in the city need to stop. Tonight, Philadelphia police have identified one of the suspects arrested after yesterday's shooting in Parkside. 21-year-old Kabir Oglesby Hicks is one of 5 people facing charges after gunfire erupted in a park where 1,000 people were celebrating the end of Ramadan. Oglesby Hicks is charged with evading arrest and several weapons offenses. The 4 other suspects in custody, 2 15-year-old boys, a 16-year-old girl, and a 16-year-old boy are all facing the same charges.
We failed our youngins, and we're still out here failing them now.
Tonight, we spoke with outreach leaders in the city who tell us they are fed up with the violence.
It's just disheartening that, for what? It was over nothing. Whatever it was over nothing.
Action News has obtained this surveillance video that is now being reviewed by police. It shows people and officers running as more than 30 shots were fired near Clara Muhammad Square. A 15-year-old boy was struck in the hand and a 22-year-old man was shot in the stomach. Police say amid the gunfire, one of the officers engaged a 15-year-old suspect, shooting the teen in his shoulder and leg. Sources tell Action News the teen had a rifle, but it's unclear if that weapon was fired. As the investigation continues, community leaders tell us more needs to be done to engage with the younger generation.
As a whole, we all have to do better, no matter what.
No matter what, we got to do better.
But us as community leaders, Islamic leaders, Christian leaders, we need to say, if you join faith, if you don't at all, still, we got you.
And I think a couple of people got shot, and they said the shooter was only like a young boy, like 15, 16 years old. I seen that they had recovered like a Draco or some shit.
And he was court today.
Yeah.
Okay, he was arrested today. But my question to y'all is this. Prayers up to everybody involved, first and foremost. My question to y'all is this. At this point, are people hiding behind the Muslim religion? What are y'all thoughts?
I never want to question nobody's religious belief. I never want to say people are doing it for fads.
Right, but I just want to make the point of the whole Muslim religion, especially during Ramadan, is supposed to be about peace. It's supposed to be about brotherhood. It's supposed to be about X, Y, and Z. So there should never in life be a shooting during Ramadan, the whole month period, and especially at an Eid where there's women, children at this place. But go ahead now.
So I'm gonna take it off the singular topic of Islam. I'm gonna put it on all of our beliefs and religion, and I think we hide behind. I think we as a culture, we as a people, we hide behind connotations of religion and say, "Oh, I'm this, so you can't do this, and you shouldn't do this and that." And I think that's that's the flaw of people, and that's the hypocrisy of the world, right? As we know here in Philadelphia, we got like super large
Muslim community,
Muslim community and family, absolutely, very large. And I have a brother who's Muslim, and just seeing the things and talking to him, and knowing how he moves and knowing how somewhat of what the religion is supposed to look like, it's totally different than what is going on in these streets nowadays. And I even heard a number of different Muslim brothers talking about how this is not supposed to happen. This is holy time. This is our time, and it's crazy.
Ish.
Well, I think I'll do the same as Nell and just take it out of context of Islam and just speak generally on individuals who want to seem as if they are moving in conjunction with a specific religion. That could be Christian, that could be Muslim, that could be Baptist, Jewish, or what have you, and they say that they're following the Bible or following the Quran or, whatever, and that they are living in a certain form or fashion, and that is just at the face of things. You know what I mean? This is what I present to you. But in all actuality, they are not moving or living in that
at all
space, right?
At all.
So, I could see you, good brother, on one day, and I can be like, yes, I'm living this, I'm doing this, I'm living this way. And then tomorrow I'll see my other so-called brother, and I'm trying to gun him down. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like, people live in this facade and they live under these masks for whatever reason, however they're trying to present themselves, and that shit is phony. And it's not all people, obviously. Yeah. We're just speaking about some people who choose to live that way.
I just don't understand. And again, what I was speaking on of, we live in these times where people will throw religion in your face, but not living it. Is you got so many people that quote scriptures, Bible scriptures to you and tell you how you are supposed to move based upon the Bible, but y'all not doing that. Y'all having sex out of wedlock. Y'all having babies out of wedlock. Y'all smoking and drinking and all this other kind of crazy stuff, cursing and fornicating and doing all the things that the Bible says you're not supposed to, but you're so quick to revert a Bible verse back to me and tell me how I should be living or how I should be doing things when you're hypocritical. So it's a mass conglomerate of all the religions to where it's like, damn, like we say we are one thing and we're supposed to be living in that place of what our teaching teaches us. And if we all did that, just think of how different this world would look. Even if you're not Muslim and you're not Christian and you're not a Jehovah's Witness and you're not Jewish, whatever. Let's say we were of something. That religion of something, whatever it is at least telling us to be of what the higher power is and the teachings of the higher power. And it ain't killing, it ain't stealing, it ain't robbing, it ain't doing half this stuff none of the stuff. I didn't even say half. None of the stuff that we're doing. It's not.
I don't know if I want to remove the Muslim or that whole specific thing about it, because only strictly on the fact that because it's Ramadan, because this wasn't it. Like the part about it that it don't bother me, but I just look at it a little funny, is when I see these women who are supposed to be of this faith 2 days before Ramadan, they're on the gram twerking in their drawers, bikinis, whatever it may be, and then they're covered up 2 days later for Ramadan. Right. Now, we all live within, some sins and things of that nature. But from my knowledge or from what I think, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, you're really not supposed to be doing it. So that's why I asked, are people hiding behind the religion? Because if this is of what you believe in, and if this is how you choose to live your life, I don't think you're supposed to pick and choose when you're supposed to be garbed up. The Muslims that I know that take this shit seriously and that are on their deen and live in their faith every day, they be garbed up every day. It's not a pick and choose when I feel like it, when it's fashionable, when it's cute, and all that kind of shit. It's a lifestyle that's supposed to be an everyday lifestyle. That's what I mean by hiding behind it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. And then you have to figure a time where individuals who are commemorating their faith, their Ramadan season coming to a successful end. You know what I mean? And here someone stepped into their ego and found an opportunity to do something, whether it was targeted or whether it was not. They stepped outside of their religion to do something that was ego-driven. And that just goes to show you that, are they truly living by their religion?
Right.
They're living by what it is that they want to do.
Right, and that's what I mean. I want to make sure that what I'm saying is not solely based on the women, because for the guys, I feel like, they pick and choose when they want to be Muslim too. Like, as a Muslim guy, I believe you're not supposed to harm thy brother and all things of that nature. So how can you supposedly be in your faith when you want to be, but then you outside doing shootings and shit? I don't think, 1 and 2 go together. No. So so even if we take it, just off of the Muslim faith or the Muslim religion, and let's just talk about, all people in general. Yeah. When are we going to stand behind the shit that we preach? Should be a better question. So when are we going to stand behind, the shit that we preach and move in the way we say that we're moving? That's what I want to say.
It should have been, if hindsight is 20/20, we should have been doing that. Right. And all of us are flawed, because none of us, or very, very large of the populace, are doing the opposite of what our faith tells us. And we gotta, again, it starts with us. Like we said earlier in the intro, it always starts internally. It's all about your internal everything, makeup, which will allow you to walk in your faith correctly, follow, teach, direct, all of those things. And when we start to do that, we start to honor not only ourselves, but our religious unbeliefs,
Right.
and our religious beings and things like that. It's such a touchy subject, because when we talk anybody the moment we talk about religion, it's like a real slippery slope, right? Because everybody has their own interpretation of what their faith is and what their thoughts are of the material that they've been fed when it comes to religion, and we pick and choose the right words from things. But one thing that we can pick and choose, and one thing that is true, is we are living in the last days. I don't know what your faith is, but a number of faiths that either has been studied, or people that I know, or even things that I even come across and believe myself. We are living in the last days. You can just see it. Men loving men, and
I can't.
men being lovers of money, and kids disrespecting their parents, and just a number of different things that the Bible depicts. It is prominent and prevalent nowadays. I was even talking to a Muslim brother, and one of their things. Hopefully, I'm not quoting this wrong or saying it wrong, and if I am, please take it from me not really truly understanding the faith, but just a conversation that I was involved in, and they was saying that the more people that is running to the Islamic faith is showing that we are in the last days, right. And that's what they were saying, and I was just like, wow, because my teachings and my Bible tells me that we're living in the last days based upon these things right here. Right. And you can see those things, and you can even see those things on that side of the coin too. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And we talked about this last week, the prayer. Don't just pray, do something. Right. Do something. Don't just sit back and pray. Yes, we got it. We pray, but do something along with your prayer.
Facts. All right, as we wrap this up.
But again, to anybody that was hurt during that celebration, anybody that has been victimized this past year, whatever, to gun violence, it has to stop. Like, we have to do a better job of men. We got to do a better job of as women. We got to do a better job as a community. We got to do a better job as a society. And we got to do a better job as people. Because this has to stop. Like, we fear going outside. When we loved going outside. There wasn't no fear.
Couldn't keep us from not being
especially outside. In the daytime. Right. Certain times at night, you was like, okay, I'm not gonna go outside because that's crazy. Right. But now we live in fear of going out 9, 10, 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. And we shouldn't live in fear. We should be able to inhabit the earth freely. Inhabit our community freely, but we can't. Block parties are no more in the city. We don't have them anymore because people shooting them up. We don't have parks and recreation anymore because people out there shooting up the basketball courts and doing crazy nonsense things. Like, we put our priorities and our thought patterns are so destroyed and so buried under sludge that we choose to not want to be the fix. We much rather complain about it and cover it up than try to fix it.
Thanks. Aisha, any last words on this?
I don't know. I just feel like, we have to just do better.
Facts.
Do better. We just have to do better.
Facts.
What does that look like? What does do better look like?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like standing on your word.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like, standing on your word.
On your word.
Yeah.
All of us could take a piece of that pie.
For sure.
And stand on your word and be of your word and be a better, friend, brother, significant other, all of those things, all of those titles, even just a better person. Yeah. Overall. Mm-hmm. So I'll leave it at that, man. Yeah. But like Nell said, prayers up to, everybody that was hurt. And also I seen a video where a man was talking about how his son was like, he never saw this look on his son's face before because his son was obviously scared to death. Yeah. So the trauma of children witnessing these violent acts, those are the things that bother me the most, because that trauma sits in you and then it plays a part in your PTSD as you grew up, and then now you may be, violent. You may think that this is cool, and shit like that. So the trauma just revolves, and that has to stop. Yeah, that has to stop. All right, people, we're gonna move on. Now, there's 2 videos. What do we want to do? The female video first or the guy video, y'all? We'll talk about them both, I guess, in general, but the general basis of the man video was what she was saying. What was his synopsis, I guess?
Being a single woman is not a compliment in every case. I'm sorry, it's just not. It actually raises a lot of red flags, to be honest. Because now you got your counterparts and your peers asking behind your back if you even capable of keeping a relationship, keeping a man and keeping a woman, etc. See, a lot of y'all felt triggered by that settle video, which was eye-opening to me because obviously we have a lot of women living in the state of delusion, thinking that they just gonna find the most perfect man ever. And if not, and they can't find that, they'll just be single, as if that's supposed to do any type of advancement to our society. Ask yourself, what is your purpose on the earth as a woman if you're not seeking some type of family, and especially family of your own? Like, what exactly are you trying to accomplish on this earth? Are you trying to be masculine or what? Like, what's the deal?
So, the guy's video was basically stating like, hey, it's not a flex when you say that you're single. Like, it raises red flags. It has people questioning the type of individual you are, what type of beliefs that you have that may have caused you to be single. Kind of basically stating like, hey, is something wrong with you and that's why you're single, but yet you're parading around as if being single is it. And he's basically saying, hey, that's not a badge of honor. Being single is actually a question as to, the type of individual you are, and you can't keep a situation.
Okay, right, yeah. I was agreeing with this bull, saying that being single is not a badge of honor, and I do question women when they are single, because if I feel like you're a certain caliber of a woman, like you may be beautiful or whatever, and you may be successful or whatever, I would look at you a little sideways, like, why are you still single? Because if you have all the qualities, that make you seem like you should be a good partner, why does nobody want you? Would be my question. But in the female video, what was the synopsis in that?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I don't know who really need to hear this, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If you really trying to be successful in your business, or you got a new endeavor that you trying to pursue, the best thing you can do is stay single. I promise you, as a living witness, 100% of the women that I know personally. Now, if I don't know you, if I don't have your number in my phone, I can't pull up on you, we don't talk, I'm not talking to you. But 100% of the married women that I know are miserable. Okay? For whatever reason they choose to stay or whatever, I know for a fact the women that I know, miserable. I just had somebody, a married woman, in my car, and all they doing is she arguing with her husband. Get off the phone with him. She complaining about him. Statistics. Because it's always a man that get on here, that's why you single. When a man tell you that's why you single, take it as a compliment. Okay? Straight up. Because statistics, I don't really like to quote statistics because all of that stuff don't matter to me. I know my reality. But statistics show that the happiest people are married men and single women. The majority of the burden of your marriage is going to fall on the wife. I don't want to hear shit, none of that about you men. First of all, if you got a good woman, a lot of y'all do not appreciate her. But I'm telling you from what I've seen and from my own experience as just taking the time out to be single after my relationship, I would not have been as successful as I am in my business, my new business ventures that I have, if I was in a relationship. Men are too fucking needy. then they competitive, and then they jealous. It's always, you don't never make time for me, you don't this, you don't that. It's always complaining about what you don't do. I ain't got to listen to none of that. I could walk around the comforts of my own home, butt ass naked, and eat a bowl of cereal if that's what I want to do. I ain't got to worry about somebody coming in asking me, man, what you cook? You cook something? You know, man, you know, slapping me on my ass or whatever. You know, just whatever it is that women go through, what I've gone through, being in my relationships. Listen, being married is something that I don't look forward to. It's not a desire of mine. It's not a need for me. But for those of you that want to do it, make sure you marry the right person. Because marrying the wrong man will set you back mentally, financially, and spiritually.
So basically, in the female video, she was expressing why it is a flex, why you should stay single. So you should stay single to build your business, sis. You should stay single to be stress-free, sis. You should stay single to be happy, sis. It's basically stating that, you know, individuals that she knows that are in relationships or in marriages, etc., they're unhappy. And you know what I mean? They can't progress if they're constantly stressing or in a relationship or etc. So she's saying, hey, stay single. It's more fruitful and it's more beneficial for you to do so.
She said the wildest thing that I've ever heard in my life. She said that married men and single women
are the
happiest.
Right. Which is totally unfounded or not. Let's take it back now. We always have to say that is not our experience.
Yeah, because if what's the other flip side to that? How many times have y'all coined the phrase "a happy wife, happy life"?
Right.
So as long as she's happy, regardless of if we're happy, then everything is good, right? Supposedly.
Well, she was saying in that specific situation, she was saying that women that are married. It's not happy wife, happy life. It's those women that are married. They're making the guy happy. That's what she was saying. That married woman is making the guy happy. That's why the married man is happy. Yeah. And she was saying that the single woman is happy because she doesn't have the stress over having to do, which is what I said last week with independent women. She was saying they don't have the stress over having to handle all their own shit and then come home and make sure there's a meal cooked or the house is cleaned or the kids are taken care of or X, Y, and Z. She's saying that when a woman is single, you know, she's in charge of her own shit and she doesn't basically have to answer to anybody. So I think that's what she was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So Ish, what is your take on vice versa?
I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle, honestly, because I feel like not all the time when you state that you're... Yes, I do agree with a little bit of each, right? I agree sometimes that when you hear that someone is single, you're like, wait a minute, what? Why? As if being single is something strange. You know what I mean? I do that myself. Like, oh, what's wrong with you that you're single? You're a whole 45-year-old man and you don't got a chick? Why not? But in the same context, I do agree that sometimes relationships can take you away from your focus, especially relationships that may not always be in a good space. Like if you're giving too much energy to like toxic issues or, you know, things that you're constantly arguing about or constantly disagreeing about, that can actually take away from productivity. So I can definitely see where sometimes, you know, just being without a relationship can help build you in your business or your ventures or whatever. So I agree, and I can agree with a little bit of what they both were saying. And as a woman myself who is single but still loving, let's just say, is that a good way to say it? Single and still loving. Hey Tess.
Say situationship.
Single-ation.
Jesus. She is crazy, though.
I know, but I'm just saying,
single,
like,
Look, Nell, single and still loving is wow.
I'm just saying, I don't know, but
Picking and choosing.
but that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but
Jesus.
I'm just saying I can see both sides of the fence. Let me just say that.
All right, I want to say that I can see both sides, but the saying always goes, you can't have both. So you're either going to be have a successful relationship or have a successful business. So a lot of times when you're building a business, some people like to say that if you have a partner, that partner will be supporting you and helping you and motivating you. But more times than not, that partner is upset at you because you don't have enough time for them. You're prioritizing your business over them and X, Y, and Z. So I do believe that
Absolutely.
when you're trying to build something, that I don't know if you can be in a successful relationship because of those factors.
It takes a very special person to be able to step out of their feelings and allow for the other person's growth and to attain or reach their goals, or even to have, something outside of them. Because basically what it is something other than them is getting the attention that they need or want at the time. And it takes a very special person to just recognize that and say, hey, I'm down. I'm down for whatever. I'm down for you. I'm down for the cause. I'm down for whatever. And I know ultimately this will benefit the both of us. We'll both reap the benefits of what you're building, what you're working on. And if you don't, then at least you were able to see your friend build something. Because I think we lose that focus of what a real relationship is based upon. Real relationships are based upon friendships. And friendships roll into a lot of different things, right? We're friends with we have a bond with the people that we grew up with. It could be our brothers and sisters. There's a friendship there. There's a like that turned into love that now turned into a forever. Even if we're just brother and sister. And people have lost that sense of knowing what foundations are built off of. They think you can just jump into a relationship and not know the person and you can figure it out during then. Nah, you got to have some type of like for that person before it can turn into love, before it can turn into your forever. And that's where it comes in at. Because ultimately, as your friend, I want to see you build whatever you want to work on. I'm still here, and I know I'm a part of that, but I am allowing you as my friend, as my lover, especially to grow and be as much as you need to be. I know I'm over here selfishly still needing your attention and needing your love. And I know you're going to give it to me at some point, and if you don't, I'm hurt, but I'm not jaded to the point where I want to not see you succeed as my lover or but ultimately as my friend. And that's why relationships, that's why partnerships, and that's why friendships fall, because they don't understand their role.
Facts.
People don't understand their singular role and what their role requires.
Sometimes they do understand their role. They just get selfish in their role.
And that's nothing wrong with being selfish, because we all have selfish tendencies. But you got to step out of your selfishness a lot of times. And you got to think vicariously, like, how does this fit for me and the partnership that I built with this person? Am I better just being a cheerleader and a support system for my friend? Or is my presence needed to where, or is this going to benefit me and my presence with that person, not just being their friend, but also being their lover? And we gotta understand that. And if you see something and you like, yo, I'm much rather better as friend, not being your lover, then understand that. And don't go into that moving sloppily, though, because sometimes we move sloppily and we fuck up friendships because we so in our feelings. And we want to explain our feelings to a point where we don't even know what we're feeling at the time. And we fuck that up with the arguments and the disagreements and the things like that. And we don't articulate ourselves the right way. Or sometimes we really, it just be a number of different things that could blow up these type of situations. But again, I understand both parties. Right. I understand, like, we as men, T can attest to what I'm saying is, you meet a girl at our big age that we are now. We say we single. The first thing is, why you single?
Facts.
I'm single because I'm single, motherfucker. I'm single because I'm not with nobody. But she's asking you that because she's shocked that you are single at your age. Because why? Because we ain't the fuck supposed to be single.
Right.
Nobody in their right mind is supposed to be single at this age. And if you are, what happened?
Right.
Were you the fucking red flag? Or was she the red flag? Or what happened?
Facts.
So that just is a telltale sign right there when you ask that question. Why? Because you don't believe that somebody could be single at the age they are. Because everybody, why? Because everybody wants someone. So when I hear women saying they're comfortable with being single, cap.
Is it more cap or is it?
I'm throwing my hat all around. It's cap. Why? You know why?
We got flags for that now.
Cap. We capping.
No, it's cap today. It's cap today.
It's capping. You know why you know why it's cap? Because we all want companionship. I don't care who you are. At some point in your life, some point in your day, some point in your journey, you want some.
I believe that too. I believe the only people that don't want companionship is people that are jaded from their past traumas.
They want somebody to lean. They want somebody that they can have at some point. You know why? Because they try it out. So that lets you know right there. If you're trying out a relationship, that means you want it.
Right.
You miss it.
Right.
It's something there.
Right.
So don't cheat yourself. Don't use that as a badge of honor. Like being single. Is it a flex? Where's the flex? We grown.
Thanks now.
The flex. What's the flex? It ain't even a flex.
She said that's a shot at her.
I'm like, thanks now.
It's not even a flex no more at my age. Because it used to be a flex at 20 years old, 30 years old to say, I don't got no children. That's not a flex no more at 40-something years old, 44, 43, 44 years old. I don't got no kids. Right. Why don't you? What's wrong with you? Why you ain't got no kids? Nobody, you ducking and hiding from chicks, or you shooting the club up and getting going and you might got kids. No. I don't. But why? Right? I got to explain that to somebody. It's my preference in women, and now they're in the journey past that stage, so that's why we're here. All right, so you need a mother figure. So you see what I'm saying? Everything comes along with that. So people don't believe that you should be single. People don't believe that you should be without kids at this age or whatever. So if you don't believe that, then why do you think it's a flex to say you're single? And why do you think why is that a badge of honor that we wear being single? No one really wants to be single. We could be wanting to be single after we just got out of something and we trying to fix ourselves. But for the grand scheme of things, in the long run, you don't want that.
I think this is a beautiful occasion because, as I was speaking earlier in the intro, as I was speaking earlier, these two videos are just two people speaking on the same topic from two different perspectives and or experiences. So that's what I was trying to say, that both sides could be right. And that's the part that people don't want to take accountability for or admit to. Both sides can be right. There can be points on both sides depending on your specific experience.
2 weeks ago, I didn't know where you were going with that topic that you posted about the unfaithful man and the independent woman until you explained yourself.
Right.
Because you had to explain yourself to know exactly what you was trying to get off on that post. We took it, we ran with it.
Right, but that's why I specifically said, and I specifically chose those words because I knew that people were going to grab those and dive into it with your emotions instead of thinking about it.
And when you look at it, she's a prime example of an independent woman not having time for a relationship. And he could be looked at as, let's say he was her man. He could be looked at as an unfaithful man because she's not willing to provide that, because she's much more rather in her business.
Right.
And her and allowing her attention to be spewed this way and not caring about that on the other side.
Right.
And you could say, damn, I know that him and her was together, but I see him with another girl every other day or every other week or whatever.
Right.
So he now looks unfaithful because he's only doing what she's not allowing or she's not giving to him, and vice versa.
She chooses not to do. Both sides are doing what they choose not to do.
Absolutely. And she, on the other hand, says her comfort comes in to not having to explain to the other side, not having to coddle the other side, not having to be there for the other side. And does that make her wrong? No. Because that works for her.
Right.
But this is where it gets wrong for me. Stop throwing that shit out in the universe and telling people that they should go that route.
Right.
Because that's not good information.
Right, and that's why I was so upset about it, because people was mad because they thought I was telling them that they shouldn't be wanting love or that X, Y, and Z. And I was like, you're fucking not listening.
Right.
That is not what I'm saying. I'm trying to identify the problem so we can fix it.
I be having problems with people that got these girlfriends that's chatterboxes in their ear that don't be having no motion and single and hate life, and they telling you that you should hate your life and you should hate your man and you should leave him alone because he ain't this and that. I hate the guys on over here who's doing all the wild, freaky, crazy shit to make us guys look bad. I hate my behavior a lot of times because I do some crazy, wild, stupid shit that I gotta fix. Right? So when we look at it from a perspective like that, you can see her side, his side, and you can see the truth.
I want to piggyback off of this topic and just mash it all together. You know what I said last week, but I want to ask y'all, like, how do y'all feel when you are at the crossroads? Like, how do you feel when you're at the crossroads of determining, is this something that you want, and is this something that you can be content with or happy with? Like, what do you do when you're in a position where you feel like you're at those crossroads?
That's a great question.
That's difficult because I think the most confusing space to be is at a crossroads. So I think sometimes, people can't finagle their way through their thoughts and their feelings at a crossroads. So I feel like this is when you have to do some soul searching to know and to understand you yourself. I think only if you understand yourself and know yourself, you can maneuver through it. Because then you can truly sit back and say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is not going to work for me. It may work for me. It may have worked for me up until this point, but now we at a crossroads. So this is the direction that I'm going to go in because I know me. I know myself. I know what I need. I know what I want. And I know what I'm not going to do. You know what I mean? But only people who are confident in their abilities and knowing themselves and what they need and want, they're going to be the only ones that can maneuver out of the crossroads.
Right. So I want to toss it to you, Nell, and I want to say it in the vein of this. Like, you could be in a situation where you could be like, all right, if I choose to be with this person, I know that they're not going to exactly give me everything that I want. Now, will I be content in that? But then you have to also think, if I don't be with this person, I'm going to be hurt, or I'm going to miss this person.
It's a crossroads.
Right.
That's a crossroad that we definitely face. Yeah, that's a real thing. Because you look and say, is this person giving me what I need?
Right.
And am I okay if they're not giving me what I need? Can I still exist in this space with this person? Because ultimately, if I'm not with this person, then I feel like a big part of me is gone.
Right.
And that hurts more than... And it sounds crazy because people, this is going to sound crazy to people and they can critique it, but this is my life. This is what I choose to love. I much rather be there with the person.
You would rather take the hit.
Figuring it out. Right. Take the hit at some times because everything ain't going to be perfect.
Right.
Take the hit at some time because that's my happy place with that person.
Right.
Versus thinking and to the point where I'm making myself sick, thinking if they're going to do what I want them to do.
Right.
Like, having this conversation, because when I play this back for other people who are not a part of the congregation but who share the podcast, they was just like, yo, so what's your expectations for your mate? And I don't have expectations. I don't have an expectation. And my expectation is very, very, very generic and broad, but it's mine. My expectations that I have for my partner is I need them to be happy. I need them to love themselves. That's number one. What do you mean by themselves? No, they don't love themselves? No. But loving themselves is I need them to be fully committed to themselves and what that means to them. I want them to know.
Yeah, I always start there as well. I don't want to cut you off, but I mean, I like to start there as well with that person knowing who they are and being comfortable with who they are. But go ahead, you can finish.
Absolutely, because that quells a lot of things that we run into.
Right.
And not everything is going to be perfect, because you have people that love themselves and still get to have their emotional moments. But they're more able to bring themselves back to reality versus dwelling in the negative. Then I also want a person that's just true to themselves. When you're true to your core, when you're true to your foundation, nothing can knock you off your square. Yeah, it can move you a little bit, but it can't knock you off your square. So you know exactly who you are, what you're about, and what you represent. And when you got a person who does not know that, that's a road not well traveled. That is a miserable vacation. That is a miserable existence, because they are so topsy-turvy because they don't even know what to do. And they want you to help them figure it out. So that's where I lead with wanting that person to love and know themselves truly. And that's my expectation. I don't expect you to wash clothes and cook food and pamper me and do all those things, because I've learned how to do that for myself in these 43 years on earth.
Right.
I need you to give me something that I can't. And it's called love from another person's perspective. I can love myself how I've been loving myself, but you can give me another aspect of love that I can't tap into on my own. That's all the expectation I have.
I asked that specific question because I feel like there is no right or wrong answer. Mm-hmm. And being that there is no right or wrong answer, it could be a mind fuck. It could be an emotional roller coaster. And I think it's something that a lot of people are walking that path. And only patience will allow you to, figure out what's right or wrong for you specifically. And I want to touch on something that a lot of people were saying last week from the congregation, was that fear of communication. Now, there was a lot of people who said, I don't know how to communicate.
Big.
How did that hit y'all? Like, how did y'all receive that when you saw it clear as day? People saying, I don't know how to communicate.
It was big because it was people now being truthful with themselves. We know that people don't know how to communicate. 99% of the world does not know how to communicate.
Facts.
And when you see somebody saying, I don't know how to communicate, that is the step to hopefully correcting their behavior. Like, they teach you that in these addictive classes. Either if you're addicted to drugs or alcohol, and you're trying to get yourself up off of that, you have to recognize where the problem lies, and it lies within you. So when you hear a person living in their truth at that moment, you be like, damn, see? What we've been telling you all of these 170-something episodes, and you've been saying you're a communicator.
Right. Communication's number one. Communication's number one.
What you did? You just was prolonging the inevitable. The inevitable was there in front of you. You just kept, nah, that's not real. That don't affect me. That's him, but that's not me. So when I heard that and I seen it, I was just like, people now starting to get it.
Right.
They're getting it.
Ish, how did it play to you, being a person who knows the fair side of it, as far as I might know how to communicate,
Facts.
but I'm scared to say certain things.
Facts. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. I was not surprised by it because not all the time when somebody says, I don't know how to communicate, does that mean they don't know how to communicate? Yeah. It could just mean I don't know how to communicate in certain situations. I don't know how to communicate with certain individuals with different personalities or different styles of communication. And to me, all that meant was there is some work that needed to be done. Because even if you do know how to communicate and you're stating, hey, I don't know how to communicate, then what are you doing to learn how to communicate with different individuals, or your individual, let's just say? What are you doing to try to communicate a tad bit better with them and learning how to communicate?
Has there ever been an instance where you were afraid to say something to somebody because of what you thought their reaction was going to be?
More times than not.
And how did you handle yourself?
Stay
I did.
Muted yourself.
Muted up?
I muted. You know why? Because I would rather mute than to add fuel to the fire. Right. Especially, and that in itself is a form of communicating with you. Right. You might not necessarily know how to communicate with others, but as long, the starting point is knowing how to communicate with yourself first and foremost. And if I know that I have, triggers or anger issues, etc., muting might be the best way to do it.
But I need people to stop using that against you. People got to stop using that against you. People can't use your triggers against you.
Right. Hold on now, because I want to break this down all the way down for the people. Ish. In that instance where you're afraid to communicate, it's because you feel like that person wasn't a safe space for you?
Right. Wasn't a safe space, wasn't willing to listen, wasn't being subjective in the way that they received the communication.
Okay, so if your person, in certain instances, you don't feel like your person is a safe space for you, why? The first thing y'all say out of your mouth is communication. Why are we not communicating that to our people, that we feel like you're not a safe space? Why is that specific point not being communicated?
Because they're afraid.
Because
even in that instance,
how are we going? So are we just going to be together for 20, 30 years and you're afraid?
And then we question and we wonder why certain relationships and certain marriages and certain things just don't work because...
No, I'm talking about when it does work, but you were together for 20 years and you were afraid 20 years of saying certain things.
Right. But, okay, and if it is working, then...
But
how many years of unhappiness is there? Like, muted quietness, sitting on feelings and wanting to express or wanting to just be themselves, and they got to walk on the eggshells. They can't be themselves because they just are uncomfortable to be. That's not a good space to be in.
Right. That's what I mean. I want to get to the point where we're communicating that this is not a safe space for me to say, whatever I want to say about this specific topic. No matter what it may be, that has to be communicated so that we're not stuck in these positions for 10, 15 years.
I think people have started to use that. Oh, this is not safe.
Right, but they're using it, but they're not breaking the wall of it.
Yeah, they're not breaking the wall because what they're not doing is they're not problem solving or coming up with solutions that could curtail that fear that they have, right? They're using it and they're using that as the point of, I can't communicate because this is what you do.
Right.
And they're going to throw that up in your face every time, and that's going to create a negative reaction from the other person. Right? So it's a number of different connotations that go along with it. Yes, you could communicate to a person, this ain't a safe space. I don't feel comfortable talking to you every time you talk. You get upset or you start yelling and screaming. Okay. But instead of you've said that. Now, I heard you.
Right.
You start talking.
Right.
No, you know what they'll do? They'll say that 4 and 5 times.
And then won't say nothing.
And then say nothing. And there's no conversation.
Right.
And you're like, all right, well, go ahead and talk.
Right.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So they don't really be having anything to say. It's just another opportunity to point a finger because they're trying to escape that quote unquote conversation because their feet are being held to the fire, right? If you really had something to say, you're going to, after they said that, you're going to say, yo, this is how I feel, or boom, 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 boom. You're not going to continue to keep repeating that. I heard you 14 times. Right. Now is the time to get down to the nitty motherfucker.
Say what it is.
Let's go get it. Right. But no, it's more of a, see, I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that. I knew that.
All right.
But you know what, before you go, T, you know what I relate that to? Is that they're then leaning on it being your issue when it is actually their own. Or that they have their own fears within that have nothing to do with you or your style of communication or your way of receiving, but rather they are having issues in fully communicating their feelings out loud.
Or it could or another thing too with that, it's a selfish way of them pointing a finger so they can allow that to be, see, this is why I don't communicate. So this is, you never listen to me. No. Oh, you don't never da-da-da. You never you still haven't said anything. Mm-hmm. You said this 14 times. So yes, now I am fucking enraged because you keep saying the same thing over and over.
Pussyfooting around and shit.
Yeah, like, so get to the point. Right. And then the first moment you breathe and you call, oh, see, I knew you cut. It's called breathing. It's called talking. It's called, but a conversation is both parties back and forth. And people don't, they understand that.
But they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it because it's another way to hold you accountable. For their shit.
Mm-hmm. All right, I was trying to say that in that instance, Ish, would you feel more comfortable like if there was a mediator or a counselor involved if you didn't feel like it was a safe space with a certain person? Like, because we have to find the solutions to this shit. So would you feel more comfortable with a third party, like, to mediate the conversation? You say yeah?
Sure, yeah, that might help a little bit.
Or sometimes also, in certain conversations, emotions arise. Mm-hmm. So could you just take a step back and we can talk about this later? No. Why not?
Exactly.
No, because I have come to learn myself in knowing that for me, my anxiety and my anxiousness just as an individual, I need to be in a space where I'm addressing shit right then and there.
Right, but if your emotions is high and my emotions is high, this could be a volatile situation.
Yes, absolutely.
So some conversations, we have to wait until the emotions calm down.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I have learned to deal with individuals such as that. In the beginning, it wasn't an easy task because, again, I know me, and I know that I need to strike while the iron is hot. That's how I'm most effective in my communication. Right. And me, you know, whether it's a selfish thing where I want to get my point across or voice my opinion about something or whatever the case may be, I need to strike while the shit is hot. I don't want a cool down period. I don't give a fuck how fucking heated or toxic it is at the moment. We need to address it now. But as I have grown, as I have gotten older, as I have matured, as I have stepped to the forefront and done some fucking work, I now understand the importance of a cool down period, of acknowledging somebody else's style of communication and the things they need to do, allowing them to be able to leave if they need to. And even in that tug of war, the other party has now understood my need as well. And so they have bent as well. So where they need a cool down period, they might want to communicate a little bit. Right. So it is a give and take. And individuals who are not so much ego driven, they'll be willing to understand and they'll be willing to, you know, negotiate a little bit.
All right, so let's, have some transparency and let's all, talk about our own personal communication. So I thought we talked about this like last week or the week before when we talked about the responding with the emojis and shit like that. So that's something that I'm personally working on to be more, I guess, thoughtful in the responses of the not responding with the emojis and giving you the whole paragraph and books that y'all need because I know that y'all be in your shit. but also a thing that I noticed was like I used to be a person that would like if you didn't call me, I'm not fucking calling you. Like suck my dick. However it goes. But you have to step out of your ego and be like, yo, if I want to talk to this person, I'm gonna just hit this person up. Like I don't gotta wait for this person to be first all the time, basically. Like if you want to talk to somebody, it's all right to hit them up.
It's all right. People don't understand that.
Right.
Some people don't understand that, but yeah, absolutely, that's wholly correct.
Yeah.
So communication wise, do y'all feel like y'all are good communicators?
That's subjective. That's a subjective answer. You cannot answer that truthfully because
well,
we're all
that you want to work on.
Absolutely is a work in progress. I think we all work in progress. But if you sit there and say I'm a great communicator, that's subjective to the person you're communicating to. They might be like, no, you're fucking horrible.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a great communicator to people outside of my actual person.
Yes, because look, we communicate so well on here, and our person might say you suck
right.
at communication. It's just normal life. So we can sit up there and say we can toot our horn, we can pat ourselves on the back and say I'm a great communicator, but to the other person on the other side might say no. It's flawed. Right. And that's okay.
And that's why I say that we have to have those conversations about safe spaces because in all actuality, we supposed to be that for our partners, for our people, for our friends.
And you know what? What we're saying about everything that we're saying is called teaching.
Right.
Things that y'all said y'all shouldn't have to do to a grown-up. Shouldn't have to do for a man or shouldn't have to do for a woman. You should teach them the way that you need to receive your communication.
Right.
Because you can say, babe, you don't communicate good for me.
Right.
And this is how it looks to be. And this is how I would receive it a little better. If you talk like this or you explain something like this or whatever. Now you telling me your exact feelings about whatever and you're explaining to me how you like to do it. That's giving me a parameter and a basis to follow now. Now I got a script. And now I got a script to follow. Damn, she like it like this. And when I get off of that, I'm off a script. Right. I got to get back on it because she ain't gonna hear the shit I gotta say.
Facts.
She's not going to process the shit I gotta say because that ain't to her. It ain't her specific tone. It ain't her specific
frequency.
Candor, and then it's not on her frequency. Right? She's just not feeling it. Right. So you have to teach a person in a number of different aspects, and this is life.
Facts.
Teach me how to love on your body right. Teach me how to communicate and to your ears, how you effectively hear me. Facts. And I tell people this all the time. I am teaching you me. I'm teaching you how to communicate with me. Don't communicate with me through text. I don't feel it. Right. I read a paragraph 2 or 3 or a sentence 2 or 3 and I respond to that and it might make you feel mad. Oh, you only responded to 1 or 2 things in the thing. I didn't see it because that's not the way I communicate. And I told you, if you want to tell me something, just call me. However it is, whatever it be, I can hear it and I can understand and I can take it in. We can have a conversation like that. So you gotta teach. Teachable moments happen and help everybody.
Facts. As we move along, and this is called the world's greatest conversation for a reason. I want to make sure that every time we have a topic, each of us can give our, diagnosis on what's happening or what's the problem is. So we're going to do topics in this fashion. We're going to diagnose the situation, and then we're going to problem solve. And that's the way that we can move on and get better, just as a people overall. Because just both sides complaining don't fix shit.
Absolutely. Like, so one of the other topics that I threw at y'all earlier is, since we on this topic, and I want to ask y'all too, expressing your love during challenging times. What does that look like? Expressing your love during challenging times, because people think that the argument means I don't love you, just because we had a disagreement and we said some things to each other that now I don't love you. Now you're questioning my love and things like that. What does expressing your love in challenging times look like?
Can you expound on the challenging time? Like, give me an example of
a challenging time. Let's say we've been at each other. We just been nitpicking at each other all week, and it culminated into a argument.
Okay.
Or we've now went a month without communication. We know each other is alive and well, because whatever, but we going through a challenging time right now.
Right. In those specific times, just growing, like, and getting older, you gotta step out of your ego. You gotta step out of your pride, and you gotta be like, if you really love that person and you want to love on that person, like be around that person and like fix the shit, whatever the issue was, you gotta step outside of your ego and your pride, and then be like, what is this about?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And once you get to what is this about, y'all can say, are we really arguing about this? Is this something that we could just, rush into? Like, all right, you was mad because I didn't take the trash out. All right, I get it. I'm put the trash out.
The issue really bigger than
right.
that.
Is the issue really an issue? Like, if the issue is not really an issue and it's some small shit, you could just, switch up real quick and, be better at, then you can just do that easily. But if it's a real issue, those are going to be real conversations that you have to have. So that's when that word comes back in. Communication, that y'all always like to throw out the window but never use it. That's when that word.
I even think I'm gonna just stop. Let's not like get rid of the word, but let's replace the word communication with maturity.
Right. Definitely maturity.
Because it takes maturity on both sides to be able to have any type of something.
Right.
Dialogue, communication, understanding, trust, togetherness, whatever. Maturity takes precedent over all that. It hovers over that. Not even respect. Respect, people think
Here we
respect is
Here we go.
where people think respect is where it all lies at. It's not. It's maturity. Like, you could have said the most disrespectful shit to me. But the motherfucking, what's her name was there. So, like, maturity was there enough to be like, I can understand that. I can see his point of view, and I understand you got disrespectful. You were just voicing your opinion on your emotions at that time. But the maturity of it is, I'm hearing it.
Right.
I am literally taking it in. I'm hearing all of your shit. I'm hearing all of your disrespect. I'm hearing all of your cussing. I'm hearing all of your shit. And I realize that you are emotional due to an action that I caused.
Right.
Let's fix it.
Right. And I'm glad that you used that word maturity, because that is the most perfect word for these instances. Because there's going to be times where it doesn't matter if how old you are, how old that person is. I hate when people say women mature faster than men, because I believe that's a crock of shit. But that's another discussion for another day. But what I'm saying is, you have to be mature in those situations. And that's why I always say, don't let the emotion cloud your judgment. Because when you let the emotions cloud your judgment, then you're not being mature.
Y'all use maturity, removing ego. But two, I feel like sometimes people are also selfish during the times of disagreements or arguments, etc., because it comes a point in the argument or during the friction that they're just like, they have in their mind that they are right.
It's tunnel vision.
It's tunnel vision. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I know what I'm saying. And it comes that point in time where everything shuts down. You don't hear shit. You ain't trying to see shit. And then that's when it becomes difficult, Because then you're not listening and you're not really communicating to love through the challenging times.
Ish, that's why I said I hate when I'm right. Because sometimes I know I got to shut up, even though I'm right.
And then the immaturity in that person is not going to take you being quiet as, oh, they're being quiet just because they don't want to exasperate the moment. They don't want this moment to get even bigger. They're just trying to diffuse the situation. Shut up. Hear you. No, they take that as, oh, you didn't hear me. You ain't listening to me. I hear you. I'm just trying to remain calm and hear you. That way you get what you need to get out, and I hear you, and I process it.
Right.
How I process it is going to now fall on me.
Right.
Because you gave me you.
Right.
Now allow me to process that. You allow me to process that. Don't you selfishly tell me that I need to process this in this quick second. Allow me to process the information that you're giving me so I can now put my sauce on it and give you what you need based upon how I'm going to give it to you.
Thanks.
And I don't think people, for a far majority of people, allow you to do that. People want you to be perfect while they live imperfect lives.
Thanks.
People want you to be perfect in moments, but they'll tell you that, oh, I made a mistake, or I'm not perfect, or I just had an emotional point in my life, and I'm just whatever. They'll tell you that, but they want you to be so perfect, and it's not fair. And that's a sign of immaturity, because who are you? We're both imperfect human beings, so allow us both to misstep and correct.
Right. So as we break down these lines of communications and talk about maturity in these spaces, we got to know that there's going to be times where the conversations that you don't have will haunt you. Like those conversations that you felt some kind of way about something, or you got an idea about something, or you want to speak on something, or something's bothering you, however it falls. When you don't have that conversation, first, that person doesn't even know what you're thinking or feeling. And then second, it's eating up inside of you.
And they don't even know what's coming. They're like, damn, well, why you ain't tell me?
Right.
If you would have told me that, I would have known. They expect for you when you get in your bag to understand what you're talking about. And I'm like, what you talking about?
Right. I don't know what's inside of your fucking
You know
brain.
what? How do I know if you didn't tell me?
Right.
You kept that bottled inside. You chose to not say nothing. However that may look, you chose to not say nothing. So what do you expect for me to do at this point?
Facts. So we're gonna get to work, people. That's all.
Do people really like to go to work?
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just asking. Like, do people
No,
really like work?
they fucking
because
hate it.
people want to go work and they want to change, but they don't want to really work. They wanted this. They think, oh, if I post it on Instagram and social media, that it's miraculously going to get fixed. Or if I send a text and I place one phone call, that all life is better again. It's not. It's like, cool. Like, get to the root of the problem, and what that root is. Look, y'all look at it from your perspective, and y'all fix it. And if not, move on, and move on maturely. The immature moving on is fucking wild.
The immature moving.
It's very wild. Because it'd be a lot of immature moving on. I'm moving on and whatever, but you sending wild, crazy text messages, and you doing all this other back behind the scene type shit.
And that's a fact, no. And you always be like, they know what they doing. I don't believe they know what they doing.
Bro, they know what they doing.
I don't believe it.
It's calculated, gang. It's calculated.
I believe some of it is calculated, and I believe in certain instances they might do know what they're doing, but I don't think that they know that they're being immature. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. They don't know they're being mature because they're driven by feelings.
Right.
But if they step out of that real quick and be like, yo, I'm really being mature, because if he did it on the flip side, I'm going to call him sassy. I'm going to say, look at this bitch ass nigga, what he doing and all this crazy shit. He ain't no real man. He doing this wild shit. So if you're going to critique somebody else for doing the same thing that you just did, you got to critique yourself and say, I'm acting like a child.
All right. We'll send this last video of the girl getting caught cheating.
That's enough.
What?
Why don't you just tell me who you're seeing?
I'm not seeing anyone.
Why are you asking that some stupid question?
Who's Rick?
It's your brother.
I don't have a brother named Rick.
Or your cousin or whatever.
It's not my cousin.
Why are you asking these questions? These are weird questions.
Because you are cheating on me, and I was trying to see if you would come forward and tell me like a natural person. Okay, so those messages in your phone where you were saying, oh, I love you. Oh, this is the best I've ever had. Oh, man, I feel sore.
Why are you going through my phone? Why would you be going through my phone, first of all, like that? Like
don't change the subject matter. Don't change the subject matter. What you trying to do?
Extra, you acting insecure.
Oh yeah.
Why are you going through my phone? There's no reason to do that.
Well, listen.
When you go through people's stuff, you find stuff you don't want to see.
Oh, so now you're gonna blame me for this then?
I'm just saying you didn't need to go through my phone. Like, why are you going through my phone? And why are you stop recording?
I don't have to stop recording.
Oh my gosh.
That's enough.
All right, so this video right here that we played, a gentleman, his wife, he had her phone, looked through her phone, and he found out that she was cheating. As y'all see, she vehemently denied it. She said it was your brother. Or, no, it's your cousin.
That was wild.
He's like, no, it's not. Like, I ain't got no brother like that. I ain't got no brother by the name of that. Why was you going through my phone? That was the next thing. So then a series of, damn, you had me sore. And you know what I mean? And all this other stuff. It just is.
So he was reading the text messages that were in her phone. Yeah. And she was basically describing a sexual encounter that she had with the bull, saying that she was sore.
Yeah, like he was reading certain texts and he was saying, how she missed him and he missed her.
It was the greatest ever.
Yeah, and I was sore. You left me sore, and I miss you and I love you. And he was like, "Who was this?" After she done first time said it was your brother and your cousin. He realized, like, it's not. Just tell me the truth. Like, you're standing here lying.
First of all, her saying that she's sore is hurting me.
Facts, that's wild, right?
I mean, he tore her shit up, right?
That hurts me.
That's demon time right there.
That's demon time.
That hurts me, man. So,
crazy work.
First and foremost, we want to say that nobody's right for going through anybody's phone. That's a violation of privacy. First and foremost. It's a violation of privacy. I'm never going to stand on the side of that. I don't care what you find out. I don't care what your reasoning is. I don't believe in violations of privacy. But on her instance of lying like a motherfucker, Shorty, the lies were wild.
The lies is real wild.
I feel like some people use the excuse of going through phones because they know the person is lying and never going to come to the forefront. And then they feel like, oh, if I go through the phone, I'm going to need it. That's not an excuse. But I feel like that is what some people stand on. And they use that as an excuse as to why.
Let's stay right there because I don't think that's an excuse on either side. I don't think you have an excuse to go through somebody's phone. And I don't think you have an excuse when you get caught from some shit in your phone to say you shouldn't have went through my phone. No, that doesn't excuse your behavior is what I'm saying.
But I also feel like too, like it'd be like, oh well, it's my phone, it's my privacy, you can't go through it or whatever the case may be. But then it's like if you wasn't doing shit it wouldn't matter. Do you agree with that?
No, that's why I said it's not an excuse on either side. No, that's why I said, it's not an excuse on either side. Both sides is wrong. Both sides is wrong. All right.
So does that give the situation a mulligan?
No. So
if both parties is wrong, he wrong for going through her phone, she wrong for being sore the next week.
I can't. Why we gotta go there? Why we gotta go there?
Does that give the situation a do-over? Like, all right, shit, we both was wrong, so now we right.
No, because I was wrong for going through your phone, but your behavior tops that.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Well, who wears the crown?
So in a situation,
definitely she wears the crown because she lied and her behavior was wild.
So in a situation like that, I know Miss Ish likes to know everything. You get a hold of some information and you know it to be the case and you present it to your person. and they give you lies.
Oh my God, Ish, are you asking the details? If he said this was the greatest, are you asking him why did he feel that this was his greatest?
Oh no, it's no more after that. Like, okay, if it's the greatest, then that's where the fuck you need to be, not here. What you here for?
Are you allowing your person to just tell you the truth,
right?
So y'all can figure it out,
right? Because Ish, you just dismissed the nigga. Don't do that, Ish.
What?
You just dismissed the nigga. You said, well, why is you here then? You just dismissed the nigga. Don't do that.
I'm saying if he says that that's the greatest.
Right. So we can't have a conversation after that?
Well, it's okay. It's quite all right. I'm glad that you experienced the greatest. Right, then what do we need to talk about?
Because that may be the greatest physical. That don't mean that I'm in love with her how I'm in love with you.
You know what?
I understand that. But if you fucked with me, see, don't get me triggered.
We having a conversation.
No, I'm just saying, I'm being silly.
We having a conversation.
No, I'm being silly.
Let's go.
But no, seriously though. But I feel like if a person truly fucks with you, they're going to care about your feelings regardless.
Right, but that's something that shouldn't have never gotten back to you. So he's not thinking of that in that sense.
But why not? You fuck with me, so you should have told me like I've experienced something with someone else.
No,
I
let's
fuck
be
with
real.
you so heavy. No, but see, this is what I don't understand because then I can say, you know what? You can. We've talked about this. Right. You can love me and love someone else. You can love me and have experienced something phenomenal with somebody else. That doesn't take away from what you feel with me.
Right, but you just dismissed him. But that's what I'm saying.
The lies do.
But you just contradicted yourself.
I dismissed him because he lied.
So
then I found out, now he wants to explain himself.
Let's say he didn't lie.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. So because a nigga lie, he automatically gets dismissed? People lie every day.
Facts, B.
So you get dismissed for that?
Facts, B.
Oh man, Ish, you never lied?
I don't. Yes, of course. We all lie. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. We all lie, right? Sure.
What if he didn't have the opportunity? So my question is, what if he didn't have the opportunity to lie? You seen it in the phone.
You just seen it, right?
You confront him. And he got 2 doors. One door, all right, babe, I fucked up.
Okay.
Boom.
I'm rocking
Second
with that.
Door, no, that's your sister. No, that's your mom.
Right.
No, that's nobody. Right. I'm not doing, no.
That's the one where it's dismissed.
Do you feel, are you disrespected because you know you have 100% answers and he's standing there lying to you?
Right.
Is now we're going to bring respect into this. Do you feel disrespected that he's standing there lying to you and you know what it is?
Facts.
And he knows what it is.
Yes.
I feel the same way.
You agree with?
I feel the same way. I feel the same way because if I know, if you know I know and I'm bringing you this information, I'm a person I don't jump out on ledges. I don't jump out the window.
Right, but we talked about safe spaces.
Listen,
no.
I get
I'm asking you. I'm saying to you. I'm saying. Tell me about this.
Right.
So no, I'm bringing it to you. I'm bringing it. This is a safe space. I'm bringing it to you. So I'm not coming with the cavalry. I ain't screaming.
No. How many times have y'all seen somebody get cracked in the fucking head for this? The shit that y'all seeing.
I'm not cracking nobody.
We don't know that.
I'm not cracking no.
Well, we don't know that. Though,
I'm not gonna crack nobody until the lie come.
No, we don't know that. We don't know that.
I know that.
But
I'm not gonna crack nobody until the lie come.
All right, so if I got 100% proof and I come to you and say, so tell me about John.
Right.
How and why you feel the need to talk to John.
I don't know that you're not going to crack me in my head just because you talking nice and calm. So I don't fucking know what your response is going to be. When
are you going to tell me I don't know who John is, or John is your brother?
I might do it.
My brother, damn name ain't no damn. I don't got a John.
Right, but I might do it because I don't know what your reaction is going to be.
All right,
but if I've told you thousands of times again, because you my person, you my person, I told you, just come to me and tell me. I don't care what it look like. Just tell me.
Let's have real talk, man.
I'm gonna crack you. I'm gonna crack you over the lie.
Right.
Before I'm gonna crack you for the truth.
How many times have y'all seen the person?
I'm not cracking nobody because that's domestic violence and that's verbal and that's abuse.
Right.
But
I agree with you, Nell. But I'm talking about real life.
That's
I'm talking about in real life. How many times, Ish, have we seen somebody say, "Yo, just tell me the truth. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna do anything. I just want you to tell me the truth." You tell them the truth. Bam.
They never tell you the truth first.
Right. Okay.
They never tell the truth first.
I've seen it happen where a motherfucker did tell the truth and bam, they got cracked.
All right. Yeah, I have seen that too, right? But my thing is, if you don't know, you're dealing in the space of emotions and love and feelings, etc., and you don't know, then don't do shit.
I'll tell you.
Why give yourself an opportunity to get caught, to get cracked? Like, that makes no sense.
But people never think they're gonna get
All
caught.
right. So if you tell me, no, I don't know who it is or whatever, and we are now debating this for an hour, and then you come clean and like, see, when I hurt you, babe, I didn't think it was gonna get that far. We just wasted a fucking hour on a lie that you was telling when you could have just came clean and said it the first time. We could have went to fucking sleep.
That's slippery slope, man.
Not for me.
It's not for you, but you're not on the other side.
They gotta know their person.
Right, but I can know you, but we've never been through these charted waters, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is a different situation. We've never been here.
What the fuck do you think is going to happen after the hour worth of you telling me you don't know what this is and I see you?
The person doesn't know.
So they just going to say, I'm going to continue to keep this on going?
Die with the lie?
And then a lie lies the truth an hour later, and I'm like, why the fuck you just ain't tell me that from the beginning? We could have saved all this dumb shit.
Sometimes, that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes people are weighing the level of you, like they're checking your temperature. So maybe in an hour you might have calmed down.
I'm at my most comments when I'm bringing you the information.
But this is what I'm saying now.
But
people don't always know these things.
But I feel like too, don't you guys feel like if somebody is bringing you the information or they coming to you and asking pointed questions in a certain direction that you should already know
that they know
they got the tape, like they already know.
People be fishing, just
people fish.
Tell on yourself.
Yeah, but if you know it's on if they fishing on the proper line and in the perfect shallow waters.
I'm scared of water. Sharks in the water. I'm not fishing.
Don't do that, because I've seen people be fishing on the proper line and not know
nothing
they're talking about.
It's speculation.
So, yes,
yeah, we get speculation a lot.
But you would think that even if that may be the case, that it's still poking in the same pond.
Yeah. Right, but that don't mean that they fucking have the information.
So what are you supposed to do? You supposed to interrogate them for an hour and then let them come clean? Because you might have calmed down. I'm now enraged.
This is just a bad position to be in all the way around.
I'm to the point where I'm calling the police on myself. If you taking me down that fucking far, I'm her fucking client over here.
This is what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
This is what I'm saying, though, and that's the reason why the person is not going to just come right out with the truth, because I don't know how you're going to react.
You know what they're going to tell you? I didn't want to hurt you.
Right, or that.
I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't know how you were going to take it.
Even being selfishly, I didn't want to lose you.
Okay,
you lose me with the fucking lies.
Facts.
I could have been cool with the fucking truth. You could have been like, yeah.
Who knows that?
Right, but wouldn't
would
you rather live with the truth than with the lie?
The person that's speaking, how do they know that?
I told them 1,000 times.
How many times have we heard somebody tell us that and they was lying though?
So why can't you just live like honorably and just fucking?
All right,
because people are imperfect, Ish.
I get it, but if you could be a tough guy when we arguing, don't be a pussy when I'm coming to you with some shit,
with some tape, right?
Yeah, like let's be tough guys,
right? But that's easier to say than to do.
I get it. So T is telling y'all to lie for an hour to 45 minutes.
I'm not telling y'all to lie.
You know what it's going to be?
I'm telling you to be careful of getting cracked in your fucking head.
Oh, be careful. So what are you supposed?
I've seen people get cracked in the head. Y'all saying this shit like it's fucking peaches and cream when the motherfucker tell y'all the truth, and then they could be like, yeah, I just fucked X, Y, and Z, and then he gets stabbed. No.
It don't gotta be like that, though. Neither. It don't have to be like, oh,
but it could be that.
Right.
I'm not trying to get nobody stabbed. I'm talking from my point of view. I'm like, if they come to me and I'm him, and I say, yo, Dot. And she say that's my brother, I'm fucking losing it.
But
because
that's what I'm saying.
Your lying ass said it's my brother, and now you fucking my brother.
Let's stay there. Let's stay there now. Let's stay there now. The reason why somebody would do that is because of Aisha's response. Aisha's first response was, "It's over."
I get it.
But
the fear of it being over, the fear of losing. I get it. But you digging your grave deeper, because if I tell you, just tell me the truth. Now I'm Ish. Just tell me.
Right, but
you ain't even got to tell me everything. Just say yes, whatever. I was talking to him, boom, 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 boom. Did you suck his dick?
I agree with y'all, and I'm on y'all side. All I'm saying is I'm playing devil's advocate,
right?
And the other side of that is you saying one thing, but I don't know if I believe that.
So am I supposed to just let it go?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So what do? We bury it?
No, we don't bury it. It's a fucked up. It's a fucking pot to piss in. It's
because
place.
If we land in the bed and the lie you just told for an hour still hasn't been, I got the 100% proof, and that shit still on the lies.
But this is what
and my sleep, I'm bulling, bro.
This is what I'm saying to both of y'all. If I'm both of y'all, I'm not even asking you.
What you mean?
You're not even gonna ask?
Yeah, I'm not even asking you if you fuck boy.
Because you know what the truth is,
right? I'm not even asking.
And I think at some point it gets to that, because you do it and you.
So you just walking, or you just making the determination of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Oh,
but still, do a person still need an explanation on why you come to this point? You're going to have to give an explanation, because you just can't move. You just can't move off of everything was cool. Now I found out you was sleeping with dude. Now everything has changed. Like, why has your behavior changed?
I don't really think that. I mean, it depends on how I'm trying to move forward. Mm-hmm. It's all a slippery slope. I think it depends on how I'm trying to move forward. If I'm trying to move forward with me and you being on the up and up, it's going to be a conversation. It's not going to be a conversation right now.
Oh, you can wait.
Right. Yeah,
I need the conversation.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I need I need a little conversation, like a little right now. I can't wait to see. This ain't an argument that we just argued and we curse each other out. And I can go to sleep. You go to sleep. We wake up the next day, and we try. I need this shit now.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Me personally, I'm gonna just tell y'all why I'm gonna sit on it, and it's only because I need to process how I'm gonna move depending on your reaction. So I don't want to judge my response on your reaction. Like, I want to be able to be like, I thought about this, and if you told me the truth, I can still rock with you. I don't want to make that decision in an emotional space.
See, me, I process things so quick, right? I'm already in my head. So the moment I open my mouth, I've already thought of 15 different scenarios. Right. If you tell me the truth...
But do you have your mind made up already?
Yeah, because I'm like this. If you tell me the truth...
All right, what did she tell you? What did she say? Yeah, I fucked John, his dick is big, and I like fucking him, but I'm not going to fuck him no more. We still together? That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to ask y'all, can we have a real conversation?
If I like the bitch, I hate when we say bitch. If I like the young lady, I'm staying.
You staying, even though she said John rocked her fucking world, and
congratulations.
She wish she could go fuck him again.
Congratulations. I'm gonna say, all right,
but
cool.
That's not to
but then
you're gonna trust her not to go fuck him again.
I know she's not gonna fuck him again.
You don't know that.
You know how I know?
Because if she told you,
no. You know how I know? Because I'm going to kill John. I'm killing dog the next.
That's
when I wake up.
Trying to say
when we lay down and go to bed,
gonna get hurt.
Yeah, when I lay down and go to bed, I'm going to put my hoodie on and my sweats, and I'm going to go kill him. So there's no more John.
That's exactly what I was saying. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Listen, I don't disagree. I
really
don't disagree, but I do feel
eye for eye. She killed my heart, and I gotta kill her big dick.
You gotta kill her big dick.
You know what I mean?
I can't die. That's what my point right there. Somebody gonna get
I didn't
hurt.
hurt her.
I can't.
She cool. She cool in the game.
Somebody gonna get hurt, East. That's what I try to tell y'all.
Just don't put yourself in no positions to get hurt.
Right. You can't answer that until you in that moment.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And again, you handled it maturely the way you need to handle it. You said, I need to process this. My mind is not going to allow me to not process this and be comfortable. Like, I
can't just lay in the bed with her knowing what you know. What you know.
Bro.
See, I can do that. I'm calculated.
Nah, bro. I need
calculated.
She can go to sleep. Excuse me.
Like, bitch,
you too fucking comfortable and I'm over at this motherfucker's.
All right, Ish, what if the nigga tell you that, I fucked shorty, it was X, Y, and Z,
It was Tahid.
It was Tahid,
You being...
No, not you going to sleep. We still together? We still rocking? See how you doing all of that? That's why niggas don't come out with the truth right away. Just because that pause you just did, even in that one little pause, niggas cannot risk that.
Because that's not something that you could just think of on an instance.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But you have to still be honest and tell the person, like, listen. Because my thing is one thing. What is it called? Like, free will and fate. Like. You can't maneuver me and have me thinking shit is a certain way and then you're moving a total opposite way. Like,
I agree.
That's not fair.
See, for me, I don't put people on pedestals, right? Mm-hmm. So I know it could be anything. Right. I just want you, if I come to you with a question, please don't spend me for an hour, for 45 minutes, an hour, and we going back and forth with this, that, and the third, and you, and none of that.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And then we arguing about shit that I did.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Ago.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even the person that'll lie. I'm the person that.
You just won't say anything.
Right.
Well, that would be better than lying. No. I mean, because my thing is once you start the lie or once you start the reversing the, what's that called? When you're deflecting and you're trying to. Well, you did this and why you did it, this ain't even, whatever. Like, then it becomes problematic because the person on the receiving end now says, you playing.
Man, listen, I've seen too many people.
I don't like the reverse psychology.
I don't like that.
Right. I've seen too many people.
Like that.
I've seen too many people get stabbed and hit inside their heads with frying pans too.
Oh.
But see, that's not, I'm not playing with nobody. I'm
but I'm saying I've seen that too many times to engage in those moments. Like, I'm not engaging in that moment. I'm not addressing this right now. We can talk about this later. And you could be mad and just be furious. I'm like, no, and you can't make me talk about something that I don't want to talk about.
My thing in that situation, seriously, like, they're married.
I'll get up and leave.
That's crazy. Like, if you having and conducting whole situations outside of our marriage, and you conducting as if
now,
we
like
in a
Nell,
happy marriage.
My bad, but like Nell said, now if I know that you're mature, and we can have a conversation, then I'll have the conversation.
I could be mature and still poke the shit out you.
See? And that's why
I could be very mature, but
see,
the
Nell?
moment you play in my face,
see what she doing right now, Nell? That's why.
The moment you play, and the moment
that's
I feel
you
like
never know, Nell. See what she doing right now? You never know.
It's a matter of it's just a matter of that disrespect. Yeah, don't play in my face.
If I give you a pass to tell me anything, I don't care. I'm giving you a pass to tell me anything. I'm giving you that free pass.
It's a lie.
It's not a lie for me.
It is a lie because it depends on what she does with that free pass.
Bro, if she
tells you, yeah, because I was licking his ass at X, Y, and Z, she's not going to make it. She's not going to make it out of there alive. Stop lying.
Let's
stop lying.
True. She's not going to make it out of there.
That's what I'm saying.
She's not going to make it out of there unscathed because you're not going to detail me. I'm not Aisha. I don't need a detail.
That's what I'm saying.
What it is. And why might be next. Why did you feel the need to do that? If that's where you want to be, then that's where you need to be.
No, I didn't want to be there. I just wanted to lick his ass. It looked like it was tasty.
Oh my God, this is wild.
We having a conversation.
But this is why the communications are never going to be equivalent. Like, there's always going to be boundaries where people hide stuff and not fully communicate for fear of you never know what's going to happen.
That's why I said we have to create safe spaces for each other.
I don't got boundaries because if I see a dick in your pic,
if I see a dick in your pic, it's wild.
Yeah, if I see a dick all in your pics.
Hold on. Let's not jump out the window with that because the ladies be sending each other. Yo, look what somebody sent me. So that could not even be her dick.
Bro, that shit.
Look, that's not even her dick.
That's her dick.
Now she got in trouble. It's not even her dick. What her friend sit there and said, "You look at this dick somebody sent me."
All right.
Now she got stabbed. It's not even her dick.
Why y'all passing around dick pics?
No, exactly.
They don't act like girls don't do that.
No, I'm not saying that they don't, but I don't understand that. Like, it is not your dick. It's something that somebody else sent it to you. Why are you sending it to someone else? Like,
or
they do that all the time.
I know, but I'm just saying it's stupid.
It could have been a situation where you got her phone and you could just be having her phone for GP, not going through it. Some nigga sent her a message.
Right. True.
And you open the message, and now you going through, and you hit the joint. It's dick pics all in the joint.
All right, but let's stay right there. What if it's somebody that she don't even fuck with like that? You know how niggas jump out the window and just send dick pics. Now, are you mad at her?
Bro, it's called block. It's called telling them to stop.
Right, but I mean, what if this was just one of her friends that she didn't even look at like that? But you know how niggas just jump out of the window.
I know how niggas jump out the window, but then you supposed to put a stop to that shit.
Right, but this is
what why still in your phone?
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. No, in her eyes, it was still, this is my friend. We never even crossed that line. We never even talked like that. Hold on. It just so happened that when you had got her phone, he jumped out the window that instance. But before that, they was just friends. It wasn't nothing.
Okay.
So now, are you still taking her head off for getting a dick pic?
But I'm gonna ask her.
Right.
And I'm gonna have a conversation, and if you spin me and tell me, "Oh, that's my cousin Roger," that ain't my fucking cousin. Or if you tell me, "No, ain't nothing."
Are you believing her?
I'm a believe.
That's a hard believe. That's a hard believe.
No, again, I'm gonna do my homework.
Right.
If I see one, if he jump out the window that one time, and I see other messages ain't nothing like that, he got it. He got it. Deleting the shit out the phone, he got it. Because he tried it. He a nigga, he tried it. Right. And if I see her and they just had general conversation, I allow her to have male friends. I don't care. I'm not an insecure dude. And if he jumped out the window one time and she said, don't do that shit no more, or she ain't had the time to respond or whatever, cool. It is.
That's a hard believe, Ish. Are you believing a nigga? You got his phone in your hand just so happenstance, and the pussy pic pop up, and this was nobody that he was even entertaining. Are you believing the nigga? Let's have a fucking real conversation.
You could believe my shit. I stayed with Shorty. I seen that shit and I stayed with her. I don't, bro. One thing about me is, like I said before, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you.
Right, but
it's take a lot for me not to.
Right, I didn't say you broke up with her because you saw the dick pic. I said, are you believing her that nothing was going on?
Believe her. I have to. Okay. For my own sanity. Right. Because if I don't believe her, I will never go to sleep. I would never. Bro, I'll be on the fucking warpath trying to kill everything alive.
All right, Ish, are you believing a nigga?
I would say it depends on the patterns. Like, you know the patterns of your person. And so I feel
his regular normal shit is not changing. He's on his regular.
Yeah, then I'ma believe him.
The pussy just popped up on you.
Yeah, I'ma believe him.
I think both of y'all scared.
No, I'ma believe him. Because you said everything is the same. Right. His patterns hasn't changed or whatever the case may be. If he dibbling and dabbling with something new or with someone to the point of pussy pics and it getting to that level,
are you mentioning
his pattern is going to change somewhat.
Are you mentioning it to him?
Yeah, but I'm gonna mention. See, I'm a motherfucker. See? So I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, you got some pussy on your phone.
Damn,
what's that about?
That's a little volatile, Ish.
No, I'm just saying. Oh, you got some pussy on your phone.
That's a little volatile, though.
Who this?
No, that's a little volatile, though.
No, I'm just saying. No, but
just like that too. That's coming like that.
But that's my energy. That don't mean I'm going to clock you.
Is that the verbal?
Yes.
That's not verb.
Yes, it is.
That don't mean I'm gonna clock you with the phone. I'm just saying you can't come calm. A fucking whole
you gotta
pussy
come
just
calm.
smacked up on the fucking screen. So what I'm supposed to say?
I didn't know that pussy was coming.
So I'm supposed to say, oh my God, look what just came across your phone. Look, this pussy just came across your phone.
Yeah, like
why can't you just be like, yo, what's this?
I'm how calm
I was?
I'm like, yo, you just got a pussy on your phone. What's that?
Your aggression.
I might ask what's going on here. I might ask what's that.
No, I'm gonna ask just like that.
See, that's aggression.
So, but what's wrong with it?
Because your emotions at that moment.
Exactly.
Your emotions, but that don't mean I'm a slapping.
Yeah, that don't mean I'm
a choke her down the steps.
Right.
I need to know the answer, and then the moment you come out your mouth and say that's your cousin Roger, and that's not my fucking cousin Roger.
So what you?
And even if it was my cousin Roger, Why the fuck is you and Roger fucking talking?
Facts. All jokes aside,
I
man.
can't.
Look,
This is hilarious.
Look, all jokes aside, Shorty, you was wilding with the lies.
Yeah.
Your lies wasn't even making sense. Like, at least have a good lie. At least have a good lie.
Like the first when you said that was your cousin and your brother.
Your lies is insane, and the fact that I went through the text and you said you were sore, I might have to go all the way now. You ain't gonna make it out of here alive.
Facts. I think it's just certain things that's just out of control. Yeah. Just wild. Just wild. And
like,
since
I'm now questioning everything. Is those kids mine?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah. And not only that, like you married, like you got the whole history of this shit. Yeah, like this is weird.
Ugly, nasty work.
Super ugly, nasty work.
Ugly, nasty work. That's ugly.
But ladies, y'all not exonerated from that type of, you know what I mean? Because y'all hold y'all men accountable. You gotta be held accountable too. Stop using that phrase, well, I love you, when, you know, all that. If you did, then you wouldn't have did that. You would have put a stop to it. And I get it. People talk and people go too far sometimes, and people whatever, and people be having different intentions than you do. I get it. So that's why when I ask you something, you tell me what it is, so I'm cool with knowing that you didn't spin me. If you say, yeah, nigga text me, he do all that shit all the time, I told him it ain't like that or whatever the case may be, only thing I can say is either kill the conversation or I trust you to make better judgment. And that's it. But don't come at me with the spinning, because now I know you a spin artist. Now I know you spinning me. How I know what you're spinning me on anything else?
Yeah, that's why I said I'm never in agreement with the lie. I said I would have just shut it up.
I tried. Now,
look at Nell, y'all. You ready to stab me?
I thinks like you'll go to sleep and snoring and slobbering on your mouth. I can't. I'm sitting there because I know I'm saying if I hurt this motherfucker, how much time I'm gonna get? I'm like, if I do that, like I'm thinking. So my mind always constantly thinking. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Right. And it'd be 3, 4 in the morning. Motherfucker would be snoring, and I'm gripping her. Yo, what's this? And she, what? Oh, yeah. So I think before I act.
See, I'm so devilish that I'm watching you play this shit out. I'm trying to see, are you really going to play this out in front of my face? That's what I will watch this whole thing play out.
But I can do that, but I'm definitely throwing some shit out there. I'm not
throwing no shots.
Like I am.
I need to get right.
Because I need you to know, and I think that's the gratification for me. Like I need you to know
that I know.
That I know. And that I know, and I'm not even reacting, or I'm not even moving off on it or whatever. That's they don't care.
Let me go do some more.
I'm up.
Oh yeah, that's it exactly. And then they hang themselves.
No, I ain't giving you the saddy. Because you know why I'm not giving you the satisfaction? Because you know who ultimately hurt.
Yourself.
I'm sitting there like I ain't got my girl. This she over here. She for the streets. Nah, like I wasted all my fucking time. I'm hurt.
I mean, all this to say, people stop lying. We can't approve of lying, and we can't approve of doing all these things outside of your situation. That's why we have to have these conversations of a safe space so that it doesn't get to this point, or that at least, you know, y'all had the conversation about maybe y'all need to be open.
And this too, like, just look at it. Look what we just said. If you are here and you for the streets, quote unquote, you dating and you going out with this guy, 99% of those guys ain't taking you serious because they know you got other emotion. And that's not to say that's bad, but that's not good. Like, you gotta be careful. Oh yeah, I'm dating. Well, how that look to a prospective prospect?
I'm not gonna say that though.
But how you want somebody? Look, say, come on.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not dating, bro. I'm not taking you personal if you gotta feel the need.
You just said if I like you, I like you.
No. I had to get to that like. But I can like you and be like, all right, let's explore the. If me and you sitting back saying, all right, me and you going to go go out, holler, try to get to know each other on a personal level, and you dating all these other people, I can't get down with that.
Right, but what if what if you start liking her, and
it's not gonna get to that point for me.
I don't think you're in control of that.
If you gotta date other guys, and you try and talk to me,
we're not a thing yet,
bro. If you're trying
to meet people, they're talking to other people.
No, if you're trying to talk to me,
right.
Numbers exchanging, we going out, we hanging out, right. And you entertaining others, you're not really entertaining me.
I don't believe that.
You can't. No, bro. I'm telling you, it's not entertaining me. I'm taking myself out the equation.
Right, that's your stance. I mean,
I'm the catch.
I understand that. That's
like
your
the football
stance.
player
Right.
said. Fuck, you gotta go.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that that's your stance, and that's cool. I don't think that equates to everybody. Like,
no, that's not equating to everybody, but that's my standard.
Right.
If you saying to me, I like you, I want to hang out.
If you just met somebody, would you be like that too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You clouding the message, because what happens if we start liking each other?
Now you have another conversation.
Right.
But then you still got this nigga calling you.
Right.
You got that.
That's a part of life. You're not my girl.
You going out here and
listen. No, you're not my girl. I don't gotta be the only nigga that you talk to.
You think they fucking gonna think that we not they don't have control over us to say you should be the only motherfucking
I don't care what control that you think that you could have.
I just think I got these old school values when it comes to like this relationship shit.
That's cool.
If we talking and we getting to know each other, let's do that without no distractions.
But how do you get to exclusion without getting to exclusion? you just walk off the porch to exclusion?
Nah, what I'm saying is,
as soon as I meet you and we exchange phone numbers, that's what you're saying. As soon as we exchange numbers, it's excluded.
No. What I'm saying is, if we talking,
right,
we going out,
right,
hanging out, you coming over, I'm coming over,
right.
All that other nigga shit is done.
But how did we get here?
Because we got here. We got here to the point where you sharing my space. I'm sharing your space.
Right.
It ain't no, all right, you Monday, Wednesday.
Is that your girl?
Nigga, we moving to that direction to see.
But that's not your girl yet,
bro. That's why shit out here complicated. People can never attach themselves to what it is, because you got too many moving obstacles.
Facts, but I believe that, some people could judge that and some people can't. But I always believe there's a conversation to be had.
Look what happens when people can they think they can juggle it. You got people that can juggle it and say, all right, I got three prospects.
Right.
I like her. Right. I like her. She better over here. She don't do this, or she does that.
Right.
You wasting those girls' time.
Not necessarily, because they know what it is. They do.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
They know what it is. They know that she know that she not your girl, so you're not wasting her time because she know what it is.
Dang, I'm not. Look, you can't. I'm a type of nigga that go hard.
Right.
I'm not going hard for somebody who got all these other options.
But
why?
But that's not realistic. Are you going hard for somebody that's not your girl?
Bro, if we are talking, we dating, we going out, we spending time with each other, we over each other's house, we talking every night, we doing all that shit. We're setting up something.
So why not have a conversation and say, all right, now you my girl?
Because it might not be that ready yet.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's not that
yet,
no, you can't control what she does when she's not with you.
Well, you just test driving me?
Maybe.
Where am I guess so?
Are we being honest here?
Being very honest. But this the thing. How do you want me to respect you? How do you want me to even give you my all if you ain't giving me your all?
Because if you want me, and that's a conversation.
Nah, I don't want you that much where I got to share you with 3 other niggas. That's not happening.
If I'm not your girl, you're not sharing me because I don't belong to you.
If we had the conversation, we talking every night.
Then you have to have a conversation that we're exclusively dating. You might not be my girl yet, but we're exclusively dating. Okay. These are all conversations. So even if you don't just walk off the porch and be exclusively dating. I'm sorry.
Walk up the porch, but this is where maturity comes in. At if you knowing that you want some type of something that's real,
This is beautiful conversation.
We
can go right into ideology with this. And tonight's ideology, people in the
people
back.
get wrapped up in the bullshit and they think, but look at the people that's doing all this. I'm dating. I got multiple options. They ain't got no fucking real options. And
that's not true.
You got a lot of people that want to move like that and don't got an option.
But that's not true.
What's their option?
They got options. They got like 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers.
They ain't got a main sticking point, and they want to stick. And that sticking point where they want to be,
they're weighing their options. They're weighing their options.
That's a life?
Yes.
That's life?
Yes.
That ain't no real life. You weighing options. Then you good with the person that you say, this person fits. This shoe fits good right now.
Right, but what I'm trying to say
tomorrow my feet done swole up now and they don't fit.
Right, but what I'm trying to say is when you just meet people, you don't automatically just go into that singular exclusive.
I understand.
You gotta get there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You gotta get there, but you can't get to that point. Mass producing a whole bunch of other shit.
That's not true. That's yours specifically. That's you specifically. Some people can do that. Let's get into ideology mode. I cannot. Let's get into ideology, people. Tonight's ideology is going to be based right off of the specific contents of.
That's a lot of dick you sucking.
I can't. They're not gonna let it go, y'all. They're not gonna let it go, dude. They're not gonna let it go.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's not she not your girl. Now she can suck other people's dick if she wants to.
I can't.
She could. She not your girl. She can't suck somebody else's dick.
4 or 5?
If she want to, she grown. She grown. She can do whatever she wants.
She is grown. She gonna get an STD in her mouth.
Maybe. Maybe.
She gonna have mine on.
I cannot, people. All right, tonight's ideology is going to be right bouncing off of Nell's fucking angriness. The ideology is going to be, I am dating with intentions. So, do y'all believe in this? Is this a real thing? Do y'all think that this works for you? What are y'all thoughts on I am dating with intentions?
Oh, yeah, I'm dating with intentions.
I don't believe in this.
I don't know how to just date.
Right, but I don't think that's genuine when you're dating with a point. Like, what I mean by dating with intentions is when women say, no, I'm a wife. I'm dating to be a wife. You're putting too much unknown pressure on this person who you just fucking met, and you don't even know what this is going to be.
I'm not saying I'm dating you to be my wife.
That's what I mean, but I'm talking about in these specific terms of dating with intentions. What is that purpose?
For this to be it.
Right, but you have to get there.
You have to get there. Again, but getting there, I'm putting in the work to get there.
Right.
That doesn't just mean I'm just saying I'm dating and they're supposed to fall in line. No, work has to go into that. So my intentions are clear. And I express my intentions of what I want. And if that doesn't fit for you, then we're not matched.
So every date is with intentions? Let's have an honest conversation here. Let's have an honest conversation here.
Every opportunity I put myself in is intentions.
Let's have an honest conversation.
Having an honest conversation.
Every date you've ever went on.
No, I was young.
Now we gonna blame it on age.
Now?
Now we drinking it, Ish. Now we drinking it.
If we're talking about now, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are these intentions are you dating with?
Forever.
All right, so if you're dating with intentions of forever, why did any of those situations stop? Because it was for forever. So you should have worked that out. Mm-hmm. So let's get to it.
Our forever came before it was time.
Now our forever came before it was time. What does the word forever mean? Forever.
I go into it with the thought of this is my forever, right? If my forever comes before it's time, that's not
forever then. That's not forever then.
I'm not the only one who can control the narrative in this relationship.
Right, but if you say forever, you gotta make it forever. When they say
kill him?
When they say death do his part, what do that mean?
So I'm supposed to kill her, stuff her body, and leave her on the
bed?
No,
that means that when you say forever, it's supposed to be forever. Whatever the issue is that we stopped talking from, we should have fixed that because you supposed to be my forever. That's what I'm saying.
But I can't control somebody walking away from me. Right. I can't control it breaking off before it's supposed to. Or I didn't want that to be.
Are you still there waiting for them?
I would be, yes.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Have no problem with that. If you're my forever, Yes.
Ish?
The door is never closed on my forever.
What the fuck you shaking your head like that for?
You closing the door on your forever?
Well, why
The
not?
question is dating with intentions.
I think I don't. This one is difficult, right? For me,
Slippery slopes.
Yeah, it's very slippery because I think everyone should date with a purpose and should say, hey, I know what I want, I know what I need, or whatever the case may be.
What is
but
those
I think
purposes?
well, yeah, like I know I want a person who I can have picnics with. Whatever your purpose is for you, individualize. I want somebody I can build a business with. I want somebody that I could have own real estate with.
These are things that you have to find out. So what I'm saying is, say you're saying that you're dating because you want to date somebody that you can build with. What if that person is saying, "No, I'm not in the mood for building right now," but that person could change their mind. Depending, he might start liking you. So once he likes you, he's going to change to conform to you. But since you said, I'm dating to build, you already chopped his head off because he said, I'm not dating to build. This is what I'm asking. This is why I hate when people say I'm dating with intentions, because those intentions can change.
Absolutely. But this is when you have to be confident and comfortable in what it is the fuck that you want. So maybe you might be okay with chopping a nigga head off and then moving to the next nigga and maybe possibly chopping his head off too. This is what I'm saying. People have to be comfortable in understanding what it is that they want and they need. Period.
Right.
Sure. And then you have to also be okay with the fact that you could be missing your forever.
Right.
You have to be okay with knowing that, hey, how you're moving may not always create safe boundaries for others.
But this is my question. So why not date genuinely to see how it plays out?
Because some people don't want to afford that time.
Now, you know what?
That comes from history.
I'm going to play on your role for a minute. I'm going to bring my car down your street. I agree with genuinely dating with the intentions of seeing how far it can go.
Right.
That's what I say by what I mean by my forever. Right. I am genuinely moving with their intending to it being a long-term situation. I'm not putting those connotations on it from there. You know why I said that? Because a few segments ago, I said I can't control a person's behavior. I can only control mine. So they don't have to give me anything. I just need their presence. And hopefully, within that, things shift. And their presence becomes even more present. And I can live with that. I don't have to, my goals are not based upon, oh, you have to do these certain things in order for you to be my forever. No, because people change.
Right.
Ideas change. Thoughts change. And lifestyles change.
Right.
And you got to be able to move within that for it to continue to be forever. So I'm cool with that. I am dating, or I am moving with the intentions of this growing into being to something big.
I think that when people put specific goals or a specific destination on something, they are clouding the process.
Depends on who you are, though, because sometimes you can really understand.
It don't matter who you are.
It does.
It don't matter who you are, because that person could be your person. So you could be like, I'm dating with the intention to be married. This person could be against marriage, but this person could be with you forever, and y'all could be a great couple. They just don't want to get married. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. When you put that goal on it,
stipulations, though. I don't
that's what I'm saying.
Stipulations on nobody. I'm just saying, I'm moving with you. I'm moving as if you are my person forever. I'm not saying to you, we got to get married in 6 months. If you don't marry me,
right? This is what I'm saying. What you're describing is not dating with intentions. Now, what you're describing is saying that I'm dating with growing love with you. That's
I'm
not
dating with the possibilities of it being with. I'm
right
dating
to
with the
whatever.
Possibilities of endless possibilities.
Right. That's not dating with intentions. Intentions is a specific thing. That's what it is. It's a specific thing.
Yeah. The only thing I ask for is that you love me.
Right. And that's what it should
love
be.
Yourself.
And that's what it should be.
That's it.
I'm speaking on the topic of dating with intentions with that goal. This is the goal.
Yeah, because we hear a lot. I'm looking for my husband.
Right.
I'm looking for my husband.
And every time they fall on their face because they weren't looking at the person. They're looking at the finish line.
Yeah. And the finish line
so you're saying that's always a bad thing.
Oh, absolutely. Because the person
I'm not going to say it's always a bad thing. I'm going to say know what you're doing.
Right.
Know that you're doing that.
Because
right. I agree.
Your finish line could be marriage. And the person that's standing there right with you could be the person that walks that finish line with you. But you so focused on something else that you talked up a lot of shit.
Right.
We see that all the time with people always talking, I'm looking for my future husband, but not doing no work. Not doing nothing. They waiting for the husband to come knock on the door. They want God to bring God to the door on a white horse.
Like a lot of times women will say this, Ish, I'm not going to do wife things to my boyfriend. How do you expect to get?
How you expect to get wifed up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How you expect to get wifed up? Right. If you're not showing those wifey duties, how do you expect for him to see those qualities in you? Go say, "Hey, baby, will you marry me?"
Right. Oh, I don't disagree. I'm just saying I have known people who move in such a ways. I know people who even say, "I'm not doing that shit. You ain't putting no ring on my finger, so I'm not doing those things for you." That's the things a wife should do. And they are comfortable though in that space.
What's the thing a wife should do though? Cool. I'm tired of that narrative. I'm so tired of that narrative that in order to be a wife,
not that now. That could be head.
It could be anything. I just understand the connotation that they put like.
Allowing, just wifely
You might be
things.
a nasty ass fucking cook. I might not like this shit.
That's a fact.
You might not clean a house the way I clean a house.
That's a fact.
You might be not used to that, so you might not know none of that.
That's a fact.
So it be surface shit that they say they bring to the table, and the surface shit really you swipe that off. Then what more to you as you argue?
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want people to get confused. Like even when you say like I'm dating with the intention of us being together forever. That's pressure on that person.
Is it?
Yes.
What if you never told them that? You telling yourself?
No, I mean a lot of times when you say it, or even if you just move in that energy, you're still putting pressure on that person. So now I might want that, but I gotta get there, and I don't want people to like fall on their face in the process.
I totally understand it, and you know what? Maybe a lot of this stuff that we as men say are contrived from what women has told us that if we didn't do these things that's going to be the case. How many times have we heard, oh, if y'all ain't married in 2 years,
right? It's insane.
He don't really love you.
It's
2
insane.
years.
It's insane.
My mom and dad been married 30 years and they was dating for 10.
Right,
so
we still getting to know each other.
I seen something that would bunk that trend right there. Right. Or I seen people that have been married or dating for 5-6 years and they get married at some point. That don't mean he don't love you or he not want to marry. It's just it took y'all that long to get there. And people, you are right. People put unnecessary pressures on shit that they not even ready for.
Right.
But they just saying shit because it sound good in
good.
It sound good to say.
That's what I mean. A lot of times people say I'm dating with intentions, and don't be mad at me, women. Y'all say this so y'all won't be looked at as hoes.
That's what it is.
That's all it is, Ish. That's all it is.
I would agree,
That's
but
all
I'm
it is.
just
I don't want to
saying,
be looked at as a hoe.
what difference do it make? Like, what do you mean?
Or
Like, you don't want to be looked at
Joneses.
as hoes?
Or to keep up the Joneses.
This is why, Ish. They don't want to be looked at as hoes because they don't want to be looked at as like I'm just dating. I'm always just dating a different nigga. So every time they date, they try to say the words like I'm dating with intentions or I'm dating to be a wife or I'm dating to get married because they don't want to be looked at as a hoe. Like they're just out here talking to different multiple people. But this is what I'm trying to tell Nell. Sometimes you can't talk to one person because you got to talk to multiple people to find out who your person is.
That's true. It's true. But I ain't talking to 50 girls at one time.
Nobody said to do that.
Let one fall in my lap.
Right.
They gonna all want.
Nobody said to do that. All I'm saying is, people, be careful with these things that you're putting into the universe. Be careful with these things that you are clogging your own brain with, because you can, like we always say, trick yourself out of your own spot.
But this is the thing too. If you're not willing to put the work in, it don't matter what you say.
Right.
Right. But you could, like this. It could be like this. Like, you could be a person that's willing to put the work in now, and you could be like, "Nah, I'm looking for my wife." And now, because that's in your mind, you're not going through the full process with her to see if she's a fit for you. Yeah. You're just going into it to make her your wife.
No, I ain't doing that. I got standards and qualities that I need to be met.
That's what I'm saying.
That my attributes.
That's what I'm saying.
My red flags. I don't even got red flags. Everybody got red flags. I don't even look at red flags because everybody is fucked up. But like, I need to check off the certain boxes that I need to check off, and I'm not gonna put that on somebody's head. Oh, I'm looking for a wife, and she might not be ready for that at that moment, or even attaining to be that. But we can grow into that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Go through the process. I hear a lot of women saying, "I'm looking for a husband." Wait a minute. Can you like the nigga first before he become your husband? Or you just want a husband?
Yeah. We see that a lot in the shows
but they want a
that
husband
we watch. Right.
But they want a husband to do what? Just to say they got a husband? Because they don't do the work for the...
Once again, Nell, so they can say, "I'm not a hoe. I got a husband."
Because even when...
That's all it is,
Because when you was the girlfriend, you wasn't doing wifey shit. Because you told us, if I don't put a ring on you, you ain't going to get the wifey shit. But even, what are you doing that's even a wife? What is the classifications of what wives do? All y'all
it's basically like taking care of your man and doing what they call wifely duties: feeding, cooking, cleaning for him.
Come on with the bullshit.
Is that not it?
Come on.
I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Right.
Are we in the 70s?
Yeah.
We live in the 70s because y'all can't cook.
Well, that's still the same.
Y'all not even cooking no more.
I agree with you, my nigga.
Right? And for the most part, are they really cleaning the house?
Facts.
Are you really
doing that
your
no
man?
Facts.
Are you really, like, honestly? So
nobody's out there doing.
Let's change the narrative of the wifely duties. The wifely duties have to change. Like, if you're not a cook, if you're not a cleaner, you're not this, that, the third, you can't say that's wifely duties. I might not even need you to do that.
Facts.
So what a wife is subjected to what the man.
Facts. Your wifely duties is to figure out what I need from.
And my husband duties is to take care of for my wife. Oh, it ain't that. Oh, I hate when y'all say, "I know how to cook and clean." I be like, "And so the fuck do I?"
Right.
What the fuck? How does that compliment me?
Facts. Plus, I'm one of those niggas who don't give a fuck about you cooking and cleaning.
I don't care about you cleaning.
No, I don't. Like,
no, you ain't gonna leave a ring around the tub.
Right, but what I'm saying is that's not the thing that's gonna.
Yeah, that ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm not standing outside of Walmart.
Yeah, I mean,
and she got clean as a fire. She's a great fucking wife.
Yeah, I mean.
No, if anything, I got me a little. Mexican lady.
Yeah, I mean,
who's a fucking housekeeper.
Mexican housekeeper.
Mexican housekeeper. She's a wife then, right? Because she cooks and cleans. That's a wife. No, I don't want that. I want the woman that I want to be with. To give me what I need. What I need ain't a hot. I want a hot meal.
Right.
What if she don't know how to fucking cook? What if her food is terrible?
Fact. A lot of y'all food. Look, Ish, a lot of y'all food is terrible. Go ahead now.
I'm always catching these strays.
Nah,
a lot of their food is terrible. Alright, it is. A lot of y'all can't cook.
A lot of y'all.
Yeah, they can't. They can't cook like they mama. Like they can't cook like your mama. They can't cook.
If I eat from you, that's mean you're a special person.
Fact.
I don't just eat from anybody. You a special person. If I open my mouth and put your food in my mouth,
right?
I done threw a lot of plates in the trash.
Cause I'm just not pressed to be eaten. But if I eat from you and not eat your shit consistently, you got it. Because I'm not, I was taught, don't be eating from everybody's house. You ain't sleeping at everybody's motherfucking house. Everybody ain't got to be at your fucking house. Cool.
What I want to say, wrapping this up on dating with intentions, is yes, we do want to move forward. But It has to be a natural process. It has to be genuine. You just not just go pick somebody out of the sky that be like, you want to get married? I want to get married. Let's go get married. No. No, no, these are not the intentions. And like you said, this is a lot of shit that we see on these shows. They be like, nah, because I want to be a wife and I want to get married. And he has a plan. And they be like, yo, do you like the motherfucker though? They don't even care at this point. Like, I don't even care if I like this nigga. I just want to be a wife.
Stupid ass shows.
Like, what?
We was talking about a situation earlier. A lot of things are pure arrangements now. Like, for an intention or a purpose and arrangement. No love there.
Facts. And,
no love there.
See, y'all misjudged me. Y'all thought I wasn't about the love. I'm all about the love. I'm all about the love. And we got to get back to the love and get away from the transactions. And that's the problem.
Buying no
hope.
Man, I'm not buying no love, man.
Facts.
I love you. I love you.
Facts. All right, now go to 60 seconds.
All right, so wanted to play this video right here. We normally talk about sports, but this is something that needs to be discussed. Anything that has to do with public safety, anything that has to do with our well-being. So this video that you're about to see is going to talk about ways to safeguard yourself when you're in these stores and you're using your debit cards and your phones to pay for your transactions. Just be very, very careful and very, very mindful.
We know criminals target ATMs and gas pumps because they're in remote locations. But watch this new trend. Did you see that? These two are working together. This guy gets the cashier to look away and his partner slaps on a skimming device. That took all of what, 5 seconds? Now anyone that swipes their card could have it compromised. These skimmers look like regular keypads and are very difficult to detect. So take a moment and inspect any point of sale device before swiping. This is why we recommend using Tap to Pay. These new cards are improved with smart encrypted chips, but unfortunately they still contain old magnetic strip technology. And by swiping that strip on one of these devices, you can give a criminal all they need to copy your card. That's why debit cards are so vulnerable. So when checking out, stick with credit and Tap to Pay.
Wow, right? Absolutely. Like, that is something that we have to continue to be on the watch for. Like, every other day something new is coming out to trick us out of our spot, to take the things that we work so hard for away from us. And it's just us doing our due diligence. As we tell you before, don't be a sitting duck. Don't have your head down in your phone on the socials, worrying about what that person doing and that person doing. Worry about what you got going on, because you could be the victim of a scam. You could go somewhere and think you're at a reputable place, and the skimming device could be over top of, these machines and things like that. You just got to be very careful and very mindful.
Can I say something
things you
real
do
quick now?
Mm-hmm.
Awareness is key, people. You kind of know what the machine looks like. If it looks a little funny, take note of that. Mm-hmm. And also, a lot of times people be outside walking around with their earplugs in or looking down at their phone. You're not paying attention to your surroundings.
Yeah.
Always be aware of your surroundings and the people that are moving around you, because that's how you get got. Because you wasn't looking, and then somebody cracked you upside your head like Ish. Ish is the cracker. But be aware, people. But go ahead now.
Also, too, some of you know, some of you don't know, I work in the automobile industry, and one of the things that thieves are getting smarter and smarter every day. As you know, you got the Kia boys out here, and you got the Hyundai boys, because Kia and Hyundai are the same company, so they can steal those cars. But they are now getting smarter. Thieves are utilizing their brains, and they're utilizing the technology and resources. Be cognizant of where you park your car and leave your car keys in direct reflection of in the house somewhere. Why you say that? Now, what do you mean? Let's say you park your car in your garage and you have your house, a garage attached to your house, or your car is parked inside of the house in front of it, or on the street in front of your house. Some people like to leave their keys as soon as they walk in the house in a little dish, or, by the window, or whatever, somewhere in proximity of when they're leaving out the house, they don't forget and they grab. Thieves are now using laptop computers and going around to people's homes and tapping into their key fob. Key fob, which is in the house, that is attached to your car, and your key fob is still in their house, but they have now stolen your car because the key fob talks to the car. And the key fob is just like, just think, let's say you park your car in the garage. A quick example. You park your car in the garage and you hang your key up on the thing, and the key is here and the car is right here. The car is constantly talking to the key fob because it thinks that somebody's going to walk up and open the door, because that's how it's designed. Take your key away from your car at least 30 feet and put it somewhere in the house so it's not close to the car, so someone can hotwire through your key fob. How are they doing it? They're smart. Criminals are smart. They know how to do things that the human brain that is not a criminal doesn't think about. So that's why, you want to protect yourself. Take your keys, keep them away from the car. Take your keys and put them somewhere, safe. So if, something is encountered, whatever. If by chance you're a victim of these circumstances, we always in the automobile industry, if you're financing your car and or leasing, we tell you to get gap insurance. Don't just get gap insurance through your insurance company. You want to get it from a third party because you want to make sure that your insurance company, if what they don't pay, this other company will pay, so you can walk away free and clear and or reimburse for, your vanished property. This is just the times that we live in. We got to be very cognizant of, now it's getting nice outside. Nice means people are coming out. And that means not only are you coming out, but people with bad intentions. When you go into these gas stations, don't leave your car running to go in and pay the man and thinking you're going to come out to a car. You're crazy. Make sure that you not only lock your car, but take your purse and your pocketbooks or your wallet or whatever it is, either with you or put it in your trunk. Because if you go in there and the thief sees your pocketbook, they're going to bust your window out and take your shit. Or
be mindful of leaving those laptops and iPads in visible sight, because they will break your window or use the Slim Jim to take your shit.
Also, go to well-lit areas. Stop getting gas, ladies, at 10, 11 o'clock at night because you don't want to fill up. You forgot to fill up, or you so in a rush. Fill your car up during the day when it's more people outside, because now you give yourself more of a chance of someone not targeting you. But when you out 10, 11 o'clock at night, after you got off of work or whatever, you're leaving yourself open for somebody to come do something to you. When you're leaving out the club or you going out with your girlfriends and y'all had a few drinks and you're on your way home, don't be so quick to stop every here and there to get a little, whatever the case may be. Be cognizant of who and what is around you. People, make sure no one's following you. Make sure you're safe and aware and alert. So when you are either encountered or you are making your way home, you are making your way home the same way you left, and that's safe. We're just trying to give you tips because we see this shit happening. I've seen this happen to people who I know and love. I see this happen every day. It's so crazy because you never know a situation till you hear it. And I hear something new every day. I know Aisha does too, being in the law field. But I had a lady come in and she's like, yeah, they stole my car from out my garage. How? She said they somehow hotwired my car from a computer because I seen them on the Ring camera the next morning, and and the next thing I know, my car was riding down the thing, but my key is right here. That's scary. But these cars are technologically advanced, and a lot of them is made with computers and iPhones and all these kind of other things. So you just got to be careful. No one is trying to scare you, but we're just trying to keep you safe and sound. So be careful. Don't just think everything is peaches and cream. Be vigilant and cognizant of your surroundings. And we just wanted to play this video tonight as an additional warning that we can heed in the aid of helping us be safe for a very long time.
All right. My message for this week is actually a question. I don't even need an answer for y'all, but it's a rhetorical question. So the question is, how can the prophet not love God? I mean, make it make sense. make it make sense.
Saying you atheist?
make it make sense. Make it make sense.
You gotta wear a 666 shirt on Sunday. So
I mean, make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. I'm lost.
I guess people.
Make it make sense.
I think for the most part, people, get real emotional when you challenge their behavior. Because it ain't that we didn't challenge their belief. We just challenged the behavior of stop doing that. Stop always saying God and this and that if you're not doing the necessary work after you done did this. Like, you can't use those words, whatever. And, I know we talked about that and we laugh about it and joke about it, but people are going to always attach something to us when they can't control us. It's a way of control.
I mean, 2024 is supposed to be the year of truth. So if I speak some truth, I'm not doing it out of malice. Like, my people who know me know that I'm not saying it out of malice. Like, if you're fat and I say that you're fat, that just means to give you the opportunity to either work on that or you could be good at other shit. I just want people to take accountability and take an acknowledgement of what and who they are. And whenever I say some truthful shit, it'd be like, yo, I can't believe it's so harsh. It's so nigga, did I tell the truth or no?
Let me read the text message they said.
I'm just saying, did I tell the truth or no? Go ahead.
T said we ugly. T said we stupid. T said we fat. T said we don't look. That we can't use God no more. So T just hate people.
I do hate people, but it's not for those reasons. It's for the advancements reason. Like, you choose not to advance, and that's what I was saying. It's not, I'm not speaking to y'all in general. These are the same conversations that I had with my mom. Like, my mom, like, I'm a person who, I learned how to be on a computer in the 5th grade. I learned how to type in the 5th grade. My mom is older than me. She don't know none of that shit because she don't care to learn it. And that's what I be talking about. Start advancing yourself just for you. It ain't even got to be for me or nobody else. Do some advancements for your own motherfucking self.
When you start talking like that, it ruffles people's feathers because they know that's what they got to do, but they much rather not.
Right.
Right? And it's easy to say, you know what, T just always got some shit.
Yeah, I mean.
Do that instead of saying, man, let me look in the mirror and really fix it. Because that's really out of place. They much rather say, no, T is just so critical.
Right.
He hates women.
Right. Like, I love women.
He's just so critical. He talks too much. He doesn't like women. I don't know how they sit next to a woman each and every Thursday.
No, because they got to stop saying that we hate women or whatever it may be. It's no, we just trying to tell y'all that you can't live on that your one-trick pony shit alone. That's not going to keep somebody satisfied or content. And maybe for some people it does, but not these motherfuckers.
Like, the first thing that we opened the show with is knowing ourselves, loving ourselves.
Right.
The 3 of us, we know ourselves.
Right.
And we also know our faults,
right.
We know our strengths, and we know that we need to continue to work on that.
Facts.
So we're not going to speak timid.
Facts.
We're not going to speak with this unconviction of not knowing the direction that we want to take our life. So when we speak with vigor, we speak with confidence, and we want to speak with brash because we absolutely understand exactly who we are. And when you understand who you are, your opinions are going to be different than everybody else's opinion.
And like the tagline says,
it's going to push you to see the quality, the error in your ways.
And like the tagline says, man, this is not Good Morning America. We're gonna have some honest conversations. You can agree, disagree, or agree to disagree. We're just having conversations. It's our opinions. You can have your own, and this is a free and safe space for it all. Aisha, what's your message for the week?
Clear some clutter.
Solid.
Mind, body, spirit, home, car.
A lot of them need to clean out them cars, Ish. A lot of them need to clean out them cars. Some people cars be looking crazy.
Some clutter. That's right. In whatever context it might fit and apply in your life. Clear some clutter.
Any last words now?
Yeah. April is Child Abuse Month, Child Abuse Prevention Month. Believe it or not, we all love the kids. I know T always says, fuck them kids. But it's definitely not fuck them kids. It's all about the preservation and the beautifulness that are children. And we got to make sure that we protect our investment. Our investment are these children because they are our future. If you know of anyone that's going through it or is unsafe or just doesn't have a home, even if you don't have the resources to take care of them, be a mentor, be a safe space, be a sounding board, be that of it that will help move that child to a different, more loving space or an opportunity to grow within themselves, so they can be all that they can be like we are, as and just grow, prosper. So my message is, love yourself, love each other, and put God first. And I mean, we talked about God throughout this whole situation, how prevalent He is in our lives. But it takes opportunities and work on the individual side, along with letting that spill over to others, and then we put them first.
Thanks. Uncensored Minds, episode 176. The world's greatest conversation, people. We are out of here. Deuces.